He takes forever to grade anything, and I'm just not happy. And it's just like shoving it down your throat as learning instead of learning to appreciate fucking anything.
We also have a shortened version of character creation. But
I was just looking
printed
at the
out
character
everything
generator.
else. They do have an amazing one if you just want to like have a pre-gen character.
Yeah, I was just gonna go with that.
They've got a...
Is it the 960 pre-gen character for the Delta Green game?
Yeah.
We could use someone who's good with people.
I could also just like hand you my character sheet, Zach, and you can like change your name.
Isn't your character supposed to be good with people, Jason?
Jason's character is, yeah.
Yeah, Jason's pretty good with people.
Yeah.
At least charisma side, but like persuasion.
Yeah.
My character wasn't terrible with people.
The way you interact with people isn't terrible.
Yeah.
Sure. Like, he's not necessarily a people pleaser, but at the same time, he's not, like, stepping on anybody's
I'm not
toes.
rude or anything. I just, like, I got stuff to do. I have a persuade of 70. So
Okay, that's
I'm just thinking, like, 50% of the time when she or I have to call somebody on the phone, it ends in disaster. So.
Well, to be fair, you called the same person twice, who very specifically said, in no case should you dig into this. So, I feel like that's a 2-for-1 skewing a bit of your data.
We
Buy-
called the
buy
same
one, get one.
person.
Yeah, we did. We
Yeah,
called
you
the
definitely did, yeah.
boss twice
Yeah.
because we was trying to find out about
Project Manager Troya Olivier. Or
Yeah.
Oliver.
yeah.
because I called her and told you she threatened me.
Yeah, you're like, hey, can you dig into this? And she's like, sure. And then an hour later, she calls you back and is like, you didn't ask anything. Just, forget what you were talking about there.
But of course, you did call the woman's mother.
That's what I was referring to primarily.
That admittedly was unlucky.
What the fuck do you mean the cops haven't told her daughter is dead? It's been like 4 days.
Delta Green might have had to do something with that as well.
There's a little bit of their influence, yeah, but they didn't really get influential until day 3, so there's a clear sign that somebody messed up.
Yeah, I'm gonna say still, like, if it's under investigation, you don't have to tell the parents what happened specifically.
You just go,
tell them, hey,
we're sorry,
your daughter's
she's dead.
We're currently investigating the situation. So they know. You don't wait 4 days for some random person to call them and be like, hey, can you tell me about your recently deceased daughter? My what?
Well, maybe they were just waiting to see if she would stay deceased.
That
Just sort of
happens with Delta Green.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they wouldn't rely on that. If she didn't stay deceased,
Then
then
she's
dead.
She's dead.
But she's ours now.
You're never seeing her again.
Yeah,
Well,
she's effectively dead in that case.
To everyone else. Just believe in your heart that she's just missing. We can't find her. Maybe she's not dead. Just keep on looking for her. Give her the hope. Give the family hope instead of just...
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Because they'll just keep on digging.
Yep.
I finally got Skyrim up and running and I
On
always
which
ha-
system?
on
the
my
fridge?
laptop. No, my laptop. So just modding it all myself, and it's actually running beautifully, which I'm very proud of. But
I'm terrible at
well, as
modding,
beautifully
so...
as Skyrim can be said to run. I did have a dragon that kind of clipped into the ground.
So
I
it's
mean, that's
running as
Bethesda,
intended.
yeah.
So that's the best thing.
It's part of the
I
game.
had to go and turn collision off so I could go collect my reward from killing it.
Oh, that far into the ground.
Yeah, it did. You know how the dragons sometimes do, like, when they're
summon-
really injured, they do, like, a nosedive onto the ground? It did that, and then it, like, landed on top of me, so I was, like, slashing at it with my weapon, and then it died, and it kind of sunk farther into the ground and just disappeared.
It's gravity well.
Yeah. But I was gonna say that reminded me of the quest with... I think it was Narfi? He's the guy, he's kind of crazy, he's
Or I'm
in,
just
like...
looking. I'm gonna copy one of these. I just want one that has high
Iverstead,
charisma,
and
high
like
persuade.
he's an orphan,
So I
and
thought
he
that
was
was
living
also
with his
examples
sister.
of
And the sister went out one
pre-gens
day,
Never
and never came back. And he's real like
maybe
torn
that
up
was
about
the
it. And
other
then you go and you find her remains, and then you come back
Once
to
I find
him
a sheet
with
that
her
I want, it will
necklace.
literally just be a
And you
matter
have the
of
choice of
copying
either
things
telling
down.
her, "I'm sorry, your sister is dead," or "She said she'll be
Maybe I
back
was-
soon."
was
I
looking
was like,
online.
oh god.
You can be a horrible person if you want to.
Which is the horrible person option, though?
The one where you don't tell them the truth.
I
Because
think
that's
that
prolonged
arguably is probably
suffering.
the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's every day hoping she comes back.
Yeah.
And you willingly knowing that.
You're either punching them in the gut or you're giving them like a very moderate dose of cyanide.
Right.
Just like
Just wait. You'll be okay. Kind of. The search continues. Trying to find the right person?
I'm really just looking for high charisma, high persuade.
Hmm.
And persuade, at least in these pre-gens, does not seem to be correlated with high charisma.
Not always.
A lot of the, like,
Not-
stats
yes.
don't have to like correlate
Yeah.
because you're using just the stat, not.
But it will be very simple once I find that I like, so like, it's just going to be copying things from my phone to here. So that's not going to be any delay.
Cool. Yeah, I just need to know who you are so I can understand how best to introduce you. Effectively.
I just noticed you guys have a fire extinguisher.
yep,
Very
Yeah, I
nice
think
one.
it's required by.
It is.
these apartments too.
Ours was, or mine was always out in the hallway.
We have more than one.
Nice.
I'm impressed with where the other one is.
I don't know why. But
Much safer than mine was.
Everybody gets one, which we share amongst the group.
These are government regulated to be up to certain standards,
Mm.
or they don't get their money.
yeah, so
That makes sense.
they're a little more
It's not
by the
income
book on
based,
top
but
of
it's
things.
if you make too much money, you can't live here.
Ah,
Yeah, it's like
Mhm.
a bracket thing.
yeah.
That's why we can't move across the street where they have better internet.
Damn.
That sucks.
It's one of the many reasons I can't get regular work
Yeah.
is because that'll put us over the.
Although Brenda
Yeah.
said that now that we live here, they never actually check your income again. So
Only on the application.
yeah,
Hmm.
on the initial application.
Nice.
What about the renewal?
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
and
I
I don't necessarily think I want to bank on
I know, right?
Nobody
Brenda's
checking.
insurance. Yeah.
Plus insurance. So
When it's your place where you reside and live.
Yeah, I
There we
kind of
go.
want to. I'll stay with the
That's a
safe
no gamble.
option there.
Yeah.
given that this is only $637 a month and we don't have to pay a pet fee, yeah.
Damn.
Pet fees are killer.
Okay, we'll go with this guy.
Like an extra 50 to 100 per month.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not as charismatic, but he has a persuade of 60. So we'll go with this.
That's all you need.
We're going to be Lauren Salvatore. She is an anthropologist.
Good, we could use the science too.
I don't think we have any here like anthropology.
No, I was a biologist.
The name fits perfectly into its given slot. I like it. So just anthropologist, no association with anything else?
Nope, nationality USA from Quinlan, Texas.
So she's a civilian.
All right.
Does it say a branch of anthropology?
Nope.
Just general anthropology.
Yes, so she's just like a researcher.
Is this old shit?
Yep.
No,
That's old shit.
There's like, what is it, 5 branches? There's linguistics, cultural anthropology, archaeology.
It's that picture of the guy with like the jeweler's lens looking at the plank. And the title is identifying wood. And he's like, "Yep,
Yep,
that's wood. Yep, that's old shit.
That's archaeology.
That's archaeology.
It belongs in a museum.
I mean, that's
Physical anthropology.
that's a pretty good litmus test. If it belongs in a museum, it's probably archaeology or
I'm
anthropology.
trying to remember. It's been 2 semesters since I took my anthropology.
She is
course.
41.
I'm sorry.
20,
She's lived a good life.
So she's at a ripe age where Delta Green can just ruin everything. Great, because you don't want to take them too young because they haven't experienced life yet.
And then you feel like you're robbing them of something.
Yeah, you know, take the burnouts and the losers, and
Well,
the
they're
empty
not.
nesters.
Well, they're not prepared for the stress of Delta Green if they're
Okay,
too
yeah.
young.
There's 4.
No, I think they'd
I
be
wasn't
prepared
forgetting.
for it, but I think they would burn out a lot quicker.
Yeah, that
That they just don't know how to deal with stress properly.
part of being prepared for it.
Oh, you pump them full of mind-altering chemicals.
No.
Yes, that's the '70s Delta Green. is
Oh,
just
right. Yeah. No,
just
you're right.
doing LSD with dolphins and stuff.
Rich
Yeah.
stuff and nom. Yeah.
You got biological anthropology, which is
I got to
stuff
hear
like
the full story of that
studying
doctor.
how humans are made, how they evolve.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, he made the
primates and stuff.
isolation tank.
Cultural anthropology, which is all about studying various cultures, and moral linguistic anthropology, which is exactly what it sounds like, and then archaeology, which everybody knows what it is.
Primary attributes are
Forensics, I think, is filed under biological anthropology.
That
Probably.
would make sense. Yeah.
intellect, power, and dexterity.
Specifically, you have those.
Those are the primary attributes. Genius, stoic, nimble, and weak. Strength is an 8.
All right.
Well, you're a genius in your chosen field. You're probably an idiot when it comes to microwave technologies.
Something a lot of people don't think about. All right. Well, while you were copying a character down, we will bring ourselves back up to speed to where we left off last time. on
Alright,
Delta
how
Green.
does leveling up work in this one?
It's just 1% for every check mark.
Yep.
Just 1%.
As long as you've got a check mark, I believe you just get it, right?
Probably should have checked some boxes last time.
Yep.
But with only a 1% increase, I don't feel like I'm missing much.
See, you say that, and this is where sometime in the future we do that
And you lose by
rewind
1%.
sound to it losing by 1%.
Well,
yeah.
this guy's gonna die anyway, so
Yeah, everybody's got to die someday, man.
it's probably today. That's what I'm feeling.
Today's always the best day to die.
If only to clear up the linguistic confusion between graves
Oh,
and
God.
grieves.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was unfortunate. And you being Graves,
It just sort of
It's-
makes a kind of lyrical
Little
sense.
sense.
Yeah.
if it is not uncomfortable. Alright, so when we last left off, Amira and was it Maeve?
I was made.
Yeah. So Amira and Maeve were spending pretty much the whole night digging into corpses, doing some research, and
Science.
after discovering a strange bit of DNA that Maeve sent in to get analyzed and figure out who that was, they came back with a name that really shouldn't have been on any of those people. Let's see if I can actually dig that name up again. Or does anybody happen to have it written down?
Daniel Yulee, First Lieutenant of the U.S. Air Force.
There we go. Yep. Daniel Yulee's name popped up, and that is where we left off, with Amira being exhausted, but I think you had already taken the willpower hit for staying up all night.
Yeah.
So next, did you read through
I don't think he gave it to us.
the mission overview or whatever?
I don't know where
Yeah,
those were.
I got copies.
Yeah, if you've got a
You can
copy.
Just kind of give you background information, which you would know
What we're working
while going
on.
to the mission, so you can just review that if you're
Yeah,
sure.
so
We've already checked out the
on
plane
your
crash.
flight to Seattle, you have been given this document in a destroy after reading briefcase.
Burn after reading.
Yeah.
We've already
It
investigated.
actually follows your eye line and it burns as you're reading.
Someday.
We've already investigated the plane crash, and we've taken a look at the bodies.
Okay.
So that's
Yeah.
about where we are right now.
Yeah. You did a first pass on the bodies, and there were
It was a giant circle
ideas
blood.
of coming back to the bodies.
There were, because we wanted to see if that had spread throughout, both out through the woman's body.
Griffins, yes. Amanda Griffin.
At the very least, we know if you get sliced by it, you don't get infected.
Yeah.
Or at least not by any ways that we can tell.
That or it takes
Yes.
more than 20, well, like 12 hours?
Yeah,
Maybe
12
24
hours,
hours?
yeah.
It might take some time. We'll see.
Yeah. Let's see how
Um,
that
We might have
happens.
to have Maeve retest you a couple more times.
It is currently October 4th. It has been a day since this operation
I think we
started.
know of a good quarantine zone. A house has a very good quarantine.
Hmm.
We're just gonna abandon you at the house.
Just stay here, do some lab work. We'll be back later.
There's a lab in there. It's great.
Yeah, you can just
Be right at
investigate it while you're in quarantine.
Just retcon it, and I'm the one who got sliced when I'm in quarantine.
All right.
So that would work too well though, because you can just test yourself.
That's true.
We'll have Maeve deciding to take probably the rest of the day off to actually sleep, as she has been up for like 24 plus hours.
That's fair.
And Amira is pushing through because you just seen some weird stuff, and you don't think you're going to be getting to sleep anytime soon.
Fair enough.
But it's about 8 a.m. in the morning. You've just gotten this information, and your phone rings. Your burner phone.
I look at it and go, oh shit.
Just hers?
Just hers,
Okay.
for now at least.
I open it up and gingerly answer it. Hello?
Hello, Amira. This is Troya. I just wanted to inform you that we'll be adding another agent to your team. You'll be working with a doctor of anthropology, Lauren Salvador. She'll be arriving at the airport today at approximately 10 a.m. Please ensure you and your team will be there to pick her up from SeaTac.
Okay.
Good luck.
Yeah, thanks. So I guess I'll go wake some people up.
Okay, so you are at the coroner's office, kind of in the labs upstairs, I think it was.
Oh. Were we
So
somewhere else?
I
Yeah.
thought they were doing all the tests in the hotel.
No, I don't
there's
think you
no way
can-
you'd have the equipment.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I guess we was somewhere else, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, or you found a local research lab or hospital of some sort that you were able to use. So Maeve is willing to drive back, take you with, just to keep everything nice and straightforward, and then she's going to actually get some sleep.
Don't fall asleep at the wheel.
A little bit of coffee will help.
Okay. So we do that.
All right. You make your way back to the hotel, no problem. Bump into these three enjoying the continental breakfast as Maeve is making her way upstairs to her room to go to sleep. It is now 8:30.
Okay, I sit down and join you.
Agenda for the day.
That's first I'm going to throw up these muffins. That's like shit.
We probably shouldn't discuss too much out here.
Oh, I actually got a phone call from Troya. We have a new member to our team coming, and she's going to be at the airport at 10 o'clock, and we got to be there.
Great, she can take over for me after I die of food poisoning.
Well, before we head over to do that, we should probably... Well, I mean, you need to eat something. But then we got to go back to one of our rooms and discuss what you two found. I take it that you're not terribly ill, at least, or you probably wouldn't be here.
No, didn't find anything abnormal.
That's good. Alright, get some food. Avoid the muffins.
I can always hit off.
You know, I think I'm going to
Traffic
pass
can
on
be
the
bad.
food.
Should keep your strength up.
Yeah, I think I'm going to pass on the food.
Okay, later though. Make sure you eat something.
Sure.
Would everybody present please give me a perception? Is it spot hidden?
Search.
Search or like human int.
Search. Spotting something in the background.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot how to
I
thought you
passed.
Cool. Alertness would probably be the better one.
Alertness.
Oh, damn.
That's a pass.
I passed that too.
Still fail.
Okay.
78.
11 out of 70.
Nice. Damn.
That's what, if I have a
37
40%,
out
then
of
I need to get
60.
lower than a 40?
Yep.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay. I remember.
So those of you who passed, your eyes eventually kind of flick up and catch the TV, and you're seeing news ticker running by. Last night, 2:45 a.m., local strip mall explodes.
And we didn't hear that? It was... Or,
That's
it's
far
far
enough
enough.
away.
Local, a
Yeah.
couple miles away. I mean,
Yeah.
probably.
It's going over. You're seeing interviews with people. You're seeing like shots of what at one point in time probably was a strip mall and now looks like your classic pile of rubble, burning debris, fire department still out there.
Can we please say that doesn't have anything to do with what we're doing?
Until I see otherwise, it doesn't.
Oh, Jesus. This town is not having a good week.
It's been pretty rough.
Leon agrees.
Who?
I can always try.
I'm
to
already
check.
losing it.
Somebody with a dog at breakfast.
See, the name tag says Leon.
It's okay, dear. Those are just mild auditory hallucinations.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
No, there's literally a dog at the next table.
And yeah, you're hallucinating her voice. Yeah, pick you up in a fucking airport.
We're not allowed to have animals in here.
These are muffins.
Well, that part's true.
Okay.
They might as well not.
These are so stiff, they're scones.
All right, so who's going to pick up the doctor now?
I can pick up the doctor, but it sounds like this explosion could set off some of my local, not informants, but like
Contacts?
Spider
contacts. Yeah.
Okay.
It's ATF.
Security at the airport might be more tight.
Yes.
It's going to be a bit of a hassle.
Hopefully, there's not delay.
Don't bring any weapons.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got contacts, feel free to call them and try to figure out what's going on.
That seems
Well,
like
it sounds like it would be part of my department.
that sounds like the safer tack to take because we don't want to meddle in something that we don't have sort of justifiable authority or jurisdiction in.
Well, let's go back to the room, and you can make your phone call, and Amira will run us through what she and Maeve found. I'm guessing Maeve is catching up on sleep.
Yeah.
Okay,
She had a
so
long night.
go to the room that does not have Maeve
Oh,
sleeping in it.
All right, you regroup there. Did you want to make that phone call?
Sure, I'll make a phone call.
Cool. So do you have a contact, or is this more so like just reaching out to your organization?
It's probably just like calling up like my department, being like, "Hey, I'm in this town. There was an explosion. Was there any like
All right, then that'll be bureaucracy.
bureaucracy?"
Because you're working within that existing system.
Okay.
I mean,
We're just trying to equal her under.
it helps.
Well, yeah, but
It's weird where you want to roll lower than.
No, I know the system, but you benefit from failing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But only by its one
Like
degree.
1%.
So, yeah, 1%.
Yeah, and it's part of the idea that you should only really roll when dice are called for. That way, players aren't like, "I'm
Mhm.
going to try to make a this check."
And you can
Just
only get 1%
grinding.
per session too.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
not like you can stack multiple fails.
yeah.
So
Was it persuade that I failed last time?
you called a like local dispatcher or local agency office for ATF. You get the receptionist on the other end, feminine voice. Yes, may I help you?
I'm
No,
from
psychotherapy,
the
that's why I
ATF.
failed on the phone.
There was a call about an explosion earlier this morning. I'm in town. Do we need people to investigate the
11%.
cause?
We do have agents on that. Could I get your badge number? Provide that. All right. 1 second. Gaius. Well, we do have folks on that already. I can loop you in if you're interested, but it says here you're off for the next week or two on vacation. Wouldn't want to call you back early.
Just, wondering if it's, cause of terrorism. Sometimes vacations need to end early.
I understand. What is your bureaucracy? How
A
did that go?
40 out of 40?
Oh. So just. All right.
You filed the right form.
So you talk through some like little loopholes and stuff, and you kind of get yourself attached to it. That any developments that pop up, this secretary is going to reach out to you and let you know what's going on, and potentially ask if you want to be brought in to what's going on. So you got kind of that perfect loophole of you're not officially on the case, but you're being looped in on things.
Sounds good.
All right.
So am I actually picking up the doctor?
Well, you said you wanted to.
Okay, I can be doing that during the drive, during the traffic.
All right, yeah. It's early morning traffic. Most of the early morning is out of the way, but there is still a lot of gridlock to get through, especially to
going
get to
to an
CDAC.
airport, so
Yeah, it's always busy.
You're gonna have to decide if you want your cover to be FBI or CDC. I'm guessing CDC.
CDC.
Yeah.
Seems fitting. All right.
it's those ancient viruses.
So about an hour and a half later, driving through heavy traffic and eventually finding a parking spot, you make your
Okay.
yeah.
That's the most unrealistic part of the session so far.
You know, it's the cell phone parking lot. You eventually hear that.
Federal agent parking lot, aka the curb.
Well,
They'll
the
still
fire
tow
lane.
you. They'll still tow you.
You can't park here.
It's for loading and unloading only.
The white zone.
No, the white phone.
But you know, Lauren Salvador's plane has landed. How are you going to go and meet her?
Classic poster board. Just Dr. Salvador.
All right.
Draw like a smiley face. On
Pretty low tech.
It just like the classic, just like black suit. Just looked, you know.
Yeah, so Gaius is standing there with it's probably like, I don't know, some refrigerator box you managed to find on the side of the road, which is markered in Lauren Salvador, Dr. Salvador, I think you were going with,
Yeah, Dr.
which you were holding up. And as you are exiting the secured part of the airport and see eventually this man standing there with your name on a sign, you know, all right, these are the people who I'm supposed to be, or person if you're the only one in there, who I'm supposed to be meeting up with.
He's an Israeli man in his mid-30s, so you get an idea of what it is.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, hello. Are you the person that I'm supposed to be meeting?
Yes, you're Dr. Salvador. Yes,
Last time I checked, yes.
I am Agent Gaius Bondi.
I see we have plentiful funds and that you have a cardboard box to come find me.
Sometimes you requisition boxes.
You fumbled. God damn it, Lance! You fumbled that so hard. You had a perfect opportunity to say, "The name's Bondi."
James.
It's close.
You're so close.
Well, then let's get to it.
Right.
I'll brief you on the way.
So you do your best to bring Lauren up to date. Feel free to do that now, since I know you probably have no idea what's happened last night.
I know what was on that sheet. And nothing else.
Communicated via the conversation. Yeah.
Some of the extra details that weren't in the report of, we went to see the air crash and we found the black box. There was some questions of, wait, what is that? The vial was broken, the plane crashed. And when we found parts of the bodies, it was like something was nesting and it was a giant pool of blood and flattened grass.
Okay.
It's quite
That's it?
quite gruesome. And what else did we see at the air site that I don't think there was anything else really that we picked up on the air site.
I mean, you got the vial itself. You didn't find anything, like there were no traces of anything in it.
Anything else, yeah.
I'd like to think that during this conversation, the car radio's on and like One Direction is playing.
Only the best modern pop.
Isn't that K-pop?
One Direction?
No. The
Oh.
best modern.
Oh, okay, now I get your joke.
Yeah,
not a
One
joke.
Direction. One Direction's K-pop.
Yes.
They're just very white-looking brands, which, given the plastic surgery craze over there, is not really all that
I mean,
You never know, man.
Okay.
It's
So-
just British Idol. Or,
Meanwhile, you're running us through what you and May have found last night.
Yes. So we tested everything, and I got tested. That turned out well.
Okay.
I'm happy about that.
Okay. might
Really?
need to test you again later, but for now, it's good.
Well, that just ruined my whole.
I'm sorry, I'm a doctor. It's kind of what we do. You gotta do a follow-up.
But we found some strange DNA in the people, the samples that we took from the bodies.
Strange how?
It's from another person.
Well, that's not that unusual.
It's also growing.
That is unusual.
Unless they're pregnant, which is probably, I'm guessing that's not what's going on.
No, I don't
think
think
Mira
so.
probably checked for that already.
But it
Okay.
is alive and it is growing. And it's... What, do we know the person specifically, or is it just different
Yes.
human DNA?
We have a specific name for a person, and it is that name that you have written down.
Daniel Yulee, First Lieutenant, Air Force.
Okay.
Okay, so it's an existing person. It's not a whole new one.
It's not unidentified.
Maybe
Can
we
I-
should try to find out who this person is, though if you want to talk to the boss about that, you're calling him.
Can I roll to see if I maybe am familiar with this name since I'm from the military? I was in the Air Force, but it's possible.
God, what type of check would that even be?
Bureaucracy.
Just straight intelligence?
Maybe.
That's
you
a-
can't do intelligence.
So that seems more like a luck thing, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So what, like power? And you'd be rolling like at or under your score because of how difficult this would be.
Alright.
But it is worth a try.
Did you score, not score times 5?
Yeah, score. Flat score for this one.
Nope.
83. Never heard the name before.
Okay.
Military's a big organization.
Yeah.
Especially not in your department.
Yeah, not
Branch.
Army,
Yeah.
not Air Force.
So you would hate them anyway.
Exactly.
Can we get names?
As you need to do.
Because that's probably one thing I would have briefed.
Oh yeah.
So...
Quick refresher on names for
Elena Laguna of the U.S. Army Med Corps. ELENA.
Need to put the rabbit up. I need to put the rabbit up, Jason.
Hmm?
Because
Do I
it's
need to put the
squeaking.
rabbit up?
Yes. Yes, please.
Alright.
I'm going to destroy that squeaker.
Doesn't make our dog sad.
6'2" Mexican woman, buzz cut and engagement ring.
Hop over to Lance real quick.
Gaius Bondi from the ATF.
So Alina, guys.
And I am Amira Farhat from the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office,
Which Cook County?
the one in Chicago.
Okay.
The Cook County.
The Cook County.
And Dexter Graves with the National Security Bureau of the FBI. Security Branch, I should say, of the FBI.
Okay.
So I guess we should do some digging on who this Lieutenant Yulee is. Who's connected to this at all, or if it just picked a random person to infect them with.
Any ideas where to start with that?
Huh.
This would be so much easier if I'd been in the Air Force. I guess I can make some calls in the Army and see if anybody there knows him.
Cross department chatter. That'll be fun.
Yeah, call some higher ups.
Oh, we don't have any contacts. I mean, I suppose I can call into the Bureau, see if I can get
See if you can get the military
anything.
records.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or if he has any criminal.
It's not necessarily out of the purview of the NSB. I could
I'm actually going to pull up my smartphone
maybe I'll make that
while we're
fly.
doing this, and
Mhm.
I'm going to just do a quick Google search of his name to see if it's if he has an obituary, see if he's dead.
Okay.
That would be our quickest lead.
I got a partner I could call. I haven't worked with him in a couple months, but
At least not a terribly common last name.
It's a little bit more of a unique one. Okay, so you get a quick obituary. Confirmed dead Since I can't find a date right away, I'm going to say 1992.
Okay. Okay. Well, I have an obituary here
Great, you die.
saying that he died 20 years ago. Right? Am I doing that math right now?
26.
Yeah, it's 2018, so.
Yeah.
In a moment.
All right.
I'm a doctor, not a mathematician.
There we go.
So that's
Someone didn't shake
So that eliminates
that
the possibility of. Well, he certainly couldn't have introduced his sort of genetic material
unless he was an
into
organ
the
donor.
body. That's a good point.
I don't know how we would find that information out.
Could I try to find that information out?
If he was an organ donor?
Yes.
You're bumping into medical records. It's possible, but you're definitely looking at like hard bureaucracy checks.
Let me call my guy. I'll see what he can dig up.
Just look up his driver's license.
Yeah, we can just figure it out.
Look for the sticker.
There it is.
Donor.
Found it.
I'm gonna contact.
Did he
my-
die in this time that our boy was working at DARPA?
Yes.
Mm.
His ghost period was 1985 to 2001.
Yes.
Well, lots of people died between 85 and 01.
Still. Does it say if he died in combat?
No, there is no mention to how he died.
Okay.
Simply, he is no more. It does mention his military history.
Say how old he was?
At the time, I'm going to say probably like 24, 25.
Okay, so still pretty young.
Yeah. Was survived by a wife.
Okay. I don't know if you like calling me more.
By the way, your husband's dead. I know
think
that.
she knows this one,
Yeah,
though.
but still.
Wait, your husband might be alive. We found live tissue though.
Oh my god, the inverse.
You really want to be that
You
one?
guys are terrible at this.
You're not there. You can't be giving me terrible ideas. Okay, so you call your
Yeah,
guy.
I'm gonna call my old partner, Agent Hoffmeyer, over at the NSB.
Okay.
Just because I finally got the name, Isabella Yulee is the wife.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Holy shit, I actually got that right on a complete guess.
On the 92?
Yeah, in
Oh,
1992.
nice.
Damn.
Good work.
You just rolled a natural 20 on that one.
I guess so, yeah.
Good job.
Alright, so, give me a quick little understanding of who this old partner, your old contact is.
I had gone through sort of the equivalent of the academy, right? You know, we'd sort of entered the FBI at the same time, and so we went through
The
training
agent
and classes
together.
and stuff like that. Yeah,
Okay.
we didn't know each other before that, but we struck up a friendship during the orientation and the education and everything.
Recruitment process.
And I've had an opportunity to work with him a couple of times before on a couple of different jobs. He is he's a little gruffer, a little less. He's a little less concerned with politesse. He's kind of like the
Been the rules cop.
He's kind of like the Bullock to my detective, my Gordon. If that makes sense.
Okay. Name again?
Julius Hoffmeyer.
Julius.
Hoffmeyer. And then Julius is spelled the normal way.
Okay.
Like orange Julius.
Yes. Okay. Alright, so you call him up 2 rings later. You get a, yeah, this is Julius.
Hey, Julie, it's Dexter. How you doing?
Dexter, damn, it's been a while. Been
Hey.
doing pretty good. How
Yeah,
about
no.
you?
I'm okay. I'm working something in Seattle for NSB.
Alright, business, I get it. We'll have to go out for drinks sometime after.
Yeah, you know it. Especially if you can find me something.
Well, what might that be?
Can you? I got a guy. I need some info on Daniel Yulee, a lieutenant with the Air Force. If you can give me
Alright.
a driver's license, maybe there's a criminal record, just anything you can pull on this guy would be great because he's kind of a ghost on my
Sure, I can do that. I'll give you a call back. Give me like 2 or 3 hours. I'll see what I come up.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks, Joey.
Yeah, no problem. Alright.
I was like, oh, huh?
So, you have, I'm going to say, probably all reconvened by 11:30 at the hotel. Gathered back up, and now, yet again, the day is new. The continental breakfast isn't going to do for lunch. So what's the plan?
I take it you're Dr. Lauren Salvador?
Yes, I am. I go by Lauren. Thank you.
You are an anthropologist?
Yes.
Alright. Do you have any combat training?
No.
Okay, good to know.
Most of the things with which I interact are already dead.
Okay.
Not Indiana Jones.
Still helpful.
Check.
I'm with the Army Med Corps, so I'm kind of here to keep all you guys alive.
Do we want to investigate the house?
We've still got a couple of leads we're waiting on. Are we like down in the lobby right now, or are we back in the room?
I imagine in a room so you can
Okay.
speak privately.
Okay, so
Swept it for bugs and stuff.
what Amira and Maeve found was a third person's DNA mixed in with the bodies of the deceased. DNA which registered as belonging to a First Lieutenant of the Air Force, Daniel Yulee. Looked him up. He's got an obituary. He died in 1992. But the tissue they found in the bodies was living. We have Graves waiting on a contact to get back to him about more information on Yulee. So that's a lead. I think we also neglected to mention that our Mr. Greaves had a bit of a ghost period between 1985 and 2001. Just kind of disappeared off of everybody's radars. We are not really supposed to ask anybody for further information on that. Got told very sternly by Troya. Which seems odd to tell your investigative team. So that's a dead end right now.
All we know is he was working at DARPA.
That's what they said to tell people.
So he's just working on some hush-hush.
Yeah. So we gotta work everything besides that.
If she
We're
says
gonna
it's
get
not
intel.
pertinent information, then I'll trust.
Well, that's a mistake.
Oh, you're gonna fit right in.
Well, sometimes you keep on looking up information, you just end up continuing to work with Delta Green forever. And
I was under the impression they don't let anybody out of their program.
You're kind of in for life.
yeah,
You've
What,
heard
wait? What?
like
you've heard rumors of the retirement plan, which comes in 2 different packages:
death or
death, or usually you've just kind of worn out so
Hospitalized.
much that you're like in a hospice effectively.
You're not officially an agent. It's probably just gonna be they'll keep an eye on you.
I don't know how to feel about that.
I mean, it's not any different than, the NSA, so...
And unlike that, they don't, call you up every weekend to do something. It's
Yeah.
like most of you may have been in the program. I'm guessing like Graves have probably been in the program for maybe 10 years and been on maybe an assignment or 2. Like they are very picky with who goes where when.
can't call
You
you
may
too
have been
often.
in the program for 5 years, technically speaking, and this is the first time they've actually been like, "Hey, we need you to do something."
You're not
This
going
is
to buy
like the first time I ever heard of him.
Yeah.
you're not
So-
going to buy a large quantity of potassium nitrate. You should be fine.
Careful.
So somebody pulled you in as a friendly. Then I'm gonna say Troya probably knows you and knows you're good with corpses, so she specifically pulled you in on this.
Yeah.
And effectively
This is a
recruited
fast
you
call.
into the program through this. I like that.
Yeah.
That seems like Troya.
Okay.
So that does leave the question of where y'all going next.
Well, we do need to get lunch. We're waiting on your contact to get back to us. We've got, what was it, the delivery driver to question at the police station?
Yeah, we got Torres. Apparently he's still being held.
Oh fuck, that's the last name I picked for my fiance. Okay.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Probably not related.
I mean, probably not. Yeah, I'll tell you what.
If we...
I'm gonna head over to the police department. I'm gonna talk to this Torres guy.
Okay, and I guess
The
if
one
you
who
get
found the bodies?
Yeah, he was there. The delivery driver found Graves.
I guess if
Graves. Damn it.
you're
Infected you.
I guess if your contact calls you back while you're there, that's not a terrible place to take that call.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I was going to suggest we all hang out here and order some pizza or something, so we don't have to go out.
Yeah, this we're burning daylight here. We gotta get something done.
Yeah, we need it.
Well, at least go talk to Torres and see if he has any.
Okay, do you want one of us to go with you? In case things get hairy?
Yeah. That'd probably be a good idea. You haven't eaten yet, so.
Yeah, what's everybody else going to do?
Bonnie,
We can go.
you want in?
Well, if you think if you're taking somebody in case things get hairy, you want somebody who has combat experience.
Well, it could just,
I mean, are you with
You're just
the...
chatting with a guy, right?
sort of punch. I don't know.
What?
I don't expect anything will happen. I mean, we're in the middle of a goddamn police station.
Yeah.
Just need a good cop to your bad cop, maybe?
I can be persuasive. I could help.
Aren't you Anthro?
Yeah, with apparently a persuade of 60.
Good with people. So
Might
maybe
be
you
a
do have that
cultural
cultural
anthropologist.
that cultural anthropology. shining
Sometimes
through.
you have to get around borders.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
Doctor, why don't you?
You have to be able to calm people down when they're a little irate. Happens.
Could have gone into
This is my
primatology
backyard.
if
No,
you
this is a
good
dig site.
at reading body language and calming your subjects down.
Tell you what, Bondi, you
Unless you get
stay
mauled by a
here.
chimpanzee.
Keep an eye on the mirror on the landing, and I'll take the doctor with me to interview Torres.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Great.
All right.
I'll get in the Ford Pinto that we have been given.
Don't get rear-ended.
Yeah, that's bad.
Okay, so I guess we'll
How's your
get some
forensics?
food. Sure.
All right. So you make your way down to the police station. Receptionist, desk cop sitting there, looks up at the two of you.
I will flash my badge. Agent Graves with the FBI. We're here to ask some questions of a man you've got currently interred, Torres, Ernesto Torres.
Yes, we're keeping him here until we get this all figured out. Here, digs through the desk a little bit and provides you with a file. This is what the boys have put together so far. It's not a whole lot. I wouldn't really consider him a suspect, but
Person of interest.
he's the closest person to what's gone on.
Sure.
So I figure, we need to hold on to him for you guys. Do your work.
Of course, I appreciate that as well to help. Thank you. So he's where? Down the hall there?
Holding cells? Yeah.
Yeah. All right, come on, Doctor.
Okay.
So I'll peruse
Buzz
the
you
file
through.
as I'm walking through.
You get a lot of very basic information. He's a delivery driver for the Seattle Times. Hispanic male, 26 years old.
Okay.
You get a small little description of what went on. He called Mill Creek Police Department at 5:45 a.m. To report the body and what he claimed was some sort of break-in. The front door looked like it was pretty much taken off its hinges.
Okay.
Outside of that, not a whole lot in the file.
Sure. Does the file have any information about if Torres has any kind of
History.
criminal record or history of any kind? That
Criminal
aspect?
history?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Unpaid
Record's
parking
clean. You get even a note that he has not even asked for a lawyer yet. Has been cooperative.
Okay. All right. So that gives us a lot to go on.
That's good. That's good.
Make your way back. They've brought him out to your classic conference table interrogation room sort of scenario. Lights are on, glass to your right. Two of you are standing outside, and you can see through the window Torres sitting there, kind of like smiling a little bit and nodding.
Bring him some coffee.
I mean, that's up to them.
Okay. Have you ever participated in interrogation before, Doctor?
No.
All right. So just
I think I'll just be quiet.
yeah, just let me lead things. I'll refer to you from time to time. Feel free to use your expertise. But from what I read in the file, Torres doesn't seem like a hostile subject, so it should be pretty smooth sailing. But that having been said, just stay on your toes.
He does seem surprisingly comfortable for someone who's never been in a situation like this before.
Yep, that's red flag number one.
He's
Red
too
card.
well
I'll
behaved.
tell you what, let me get some coffee here. That usually smooths things over.
Nice.
Okay, so I will walk in, I'll open the door, and I will let the doctor in. I will put the coffee in front of him, and I'll sit down, you know, fix my tie, put the file down in front of me.
Slam.
I know it was you!
Gun immediately out.
What time of day is it?
Like lunchtime,
We said
right?
Yeah,
about
probably
11.
like noon after you've done some driving, or 12:15. 12:15 sounds good.
Okay.
We've got one. Coaster.
Yeah, if they're not up there, then usually.
Friends don't like friends. Leave or water rings.
Good afternoon, Mr. Torres. I'm Agent Dexter Graves of the National Security Branch of the FBI.
Oh, the FBI. Wow, this is. Wow.
Oh, don't get too excited, sir. We're just here to investigate, all of the various options.
26. By the tapping of his leg, you can tell he is excited that has already failed.
All right. Well, if you're
It's not like
But
we
he's
just
doing
have-
his best to look composed above the
sort
table.
of moves that coffee's for you, by the way, if you're
Oh,
interested.
thank you.
It's coffee.
This is my colleague, Dr. Lauren Salvatore.
Salvatore.
Is it Tor?
Yes.
Salvatore.
I was probably missing.
And we just want to ask you a few questions in conjunction with what
Sure,
the
sure.
police department's already asked you.
You must be some like forensics expert if you're getting brought in on this.
It's an assumption to make.
I mean, there's bodies everywhere, so yeah, I think that makes sense.
Okay.
You're not?
Mr. Torres, could we...
Sorry, of course.
Focus, please?
What can I do for you?
Let's start with the morning of October 1st. Now,
Sure.
you say that you found this body in the driveway of a Tybalt Greaves. Did you know that this was Greaves before police identified it?
No, I'd never heard of the man before.
So you've never made this particular delivery route before?
Oh, I make the route, yeah, but I don't know all the names of my customers. I'm familiar with his house more than he is.
Of course.
I mean, I start my route around like 4:45 a.m., so most people aren't even out. There's been a couple of times where the garage light is on, but I'm guessing he just left it, forgot about it.
All right. Now, can you describe for me the condition of the body when you found it?
Oh yeah, it was pretty bad. It's the kind of thing you see in horror movies, man. Like somebody went to town on him with like an axe or something, or a local dog got him. Like
So torn up
yeah,
viciously.
around like the mouth.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It was weird.
Okay. Now, you would typify that kind of bodily harm as coming from more like an animal than a person.
I would think so. I don't know what animal like goes for your tongue though. That's kind of messed
So
up.
was the tongue missing?
That's very nice.
I mean, I didn't get a good look, but I couldn't see it from where I was.
Of course. Thank you, Mr. Torres. Just trying to cover all the bases.
Of course. I mean, it's funny you say animals. Like the crows were chewing on him, man.
Well, they are They are scavenge animals. That does
Yeah.
make a certain kind of sense, even in places like Seattle.
Just a bunch of
Could I
pigeons.
roll a psychology check to see if his reaction fits with what he is purporting to have seen?
That might be
Does that
a
make
human.
sense?
Yeah.
That would be human,
int.
or in this case, it'd be human. That's sort of like the
Human
Human
psychology.
intelligence.
Yeah,
Okay.
human.
Psychology could help him get over the fact he's seen a
That'd be
corpse.
psychotherapy.
Psychotherapy,
Okay,
yeah.
Then I should
psychotherapy.
have done those numbers differently.
Yeah, but I would definitely give you a, like, what's your percentage on psychology?
Well, I didn't know what human int was, so I'm
Oh,
just
yeah,
going to
sure,
swap
sure.
what I had for psychotherapy.
Human int is like 80, right? What's your human int?
It'll be 60.
60.
60? Okay. And then what does that turn your
Psychotherapy?
psychology or psychotherapy into?
10.
10.
10? Okay, so no benefit from that then. Alright, so yeah, make a roll for human.
I failed. So I don't tell anything.
Hard to tell. The man's so excited, like, it's hard to kind of chew through that. If he's putting on a face, it's a strong face to go
You
with.
just hear the tapping of his foot.
Oh yeah, like, it's an easy thing to pretend to be.
Yeah.
So, based on the information that I know from the briefing and the police file, do I know sort of basic information about the crime scene? I wouldn't necessarily need to ask Torres, like, where was the front door in relation to the door frame, and all that stuff.
Yeah, you can go through and kind of confirm a lot of things.
Okay.
You find that he's not always 100% on the ball.
Mhm.
He mentions, like, the door was off its hinges. The police report specifically states that the bottom hinge had been blown out, but the top hinge was still technically attached.
Okay.
A lot of those little things that you guess you probably forget
Okay.
after a traumatic event.
So-
but-
so-
First off a hinge.
So
Yeah.
some discrepancies.
yeah, there's enough discrepancies that, like, he clearly hasn't rehearsed it.
Okay.
But some things don't line
Some
up
things don't add up.
perfectly.
Yeah.
But everything kind of follows suit.
It's within the margins of.
Human memory is terrible.
Yeah, it's a horrible thing. The worst kind of evidence.
Let me give a moment to think. You enjoying that coffee, Mr. Torres?
At this moment, he, like, remembers it's there and, like, takes a sip of it and gives kind of like a nod and puts it back down.
I understand this has been a traumatic experience for you, so we want to make sure that you're being taken care of while we are.
It's been ups and downs, man. Like this, it's a bad day to getting involved with the FBI. I mean, that's not everybody gets to say that. That's kind of cool.
I suppose so. Yeah, I think most
Yeah.
people would be probably terrified by the notion.
Hey, you're not investigating me, so I mean, what do I have to worry about?
Technically, we are, Mr. Torres.
There is a clear, like, drain of color at that. You think I'm capable of something like that?
Frankly, Mr. Torres, no, I don't. But it is my job not to rule out any possibilities until the facts say otherwise.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Now, you
Dose of
described
reality.
the wounds that Greaves had suffered were only to the mouth, the neck, and the face. Then that's correct to your recollection.
To what I remember, yeah.
Otherwise, his clothing, the state of his body looked otherwise unharmed.
I mean, there was blood there and all, and
Yeah.
as I said, the crows had been going to work to it.
He
So
had seen his body before it like calcified or whatever.
Okay. Did you, on the scene, happen to notice? This would have been an unusual question, so bear with me here.
all right.
A sort of a crystalline substance.
It was a scent to the place too.
And there was a. You might have
I
also.
don't think there were any drugs or anything. No.
You might have also gotten a whiff of
It was like a honey scent.
Honey and chlorine.
kind of a chlorine scent, or maybe even honey.
You know, now that you mention it, when I was there waiting for the cops as the sun was rising, yeah, it was this all of a sudden, it's like I'm in somebody's backyard, and they'd like put too much chlorine in their pool.
Mm-hmm.
It's really weird.
Would you be able to? I know it's sort of a long shot, but would you be able to sort of pinpoint where it was coming from? Was it the house? Was it Greaves himself? Was it just on the wind?
I mean, I don't know. I was standing pretty far away from the body by then. Kind of by the sidewalk. He was more center, just waiting for the cops to show up. But I don't know where exactly, but it came in strong.
I see. Well, thank you, Mr. Torres.
Of course, yeah.
If we have any further questions for you, we will contact you.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I gave the police officers my number, so I'm sure they provided that to you. If you need it, I can give it to you again here.
No, that won't be necessary. We'll give our information to the police department, our analysis, and well, hopefully you'll be able to go home soon.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Torres.
Shakes her hand. As you make your way out, there's an officer standing there and kind of gives you a quick look as soon as the door closes. Can we release him? I mean, we've got no reason to really hold him anymore. Nobody really suspects him of having done anything.
We don't have... Sorry. You guys don't have a solid case against him, even if it seemed like he was sort of responsible for this. It seems like he was just there at the wrong time.
Just happened to discover it, yeah. That's what everybody's thinking.
He should be easy enough to pick back up should he become a person of interest, but otherwise, just let him go.
All right, I'll give him the good news.
Yeah. Doctor, your thoughts on Mr. Torres?
I would want to see what he does when he leaves here.
Sort of tail him? Is that what you're suggesting?
If he actually had seen a body in that sort of state, he took it surprisingly well.
No, that's not out of the realm of possibility, though, now is it? Some people are particularly resistant to that kind of stress.
But we're here talking to him because we don't seem to have a lot of other leads, so...
Well, in other circumstances, I might consider that a little unethical. But I've seen some shit yesterday, so let's follow along.
All right, so you're in the police station. It's probably been like 15 or so minutes. Back at the front desk, waiting for him to start to leave, and all of a sudden, like somebody kicked the bee's nest. Officers are moving around a lot. You're hearing sirens, cops, cars leaving the station. Something just happened.
Another fucking explosion.
I want to not grab the wrist exactly, but sort of like
Catch the attention.
Catch somebody. Like, hey, what's going on?
Person like stops, turns, and looks at you. Give me a quick. What's that?
Pigeon head a
fast talk?
transformer.
Say like bureaucracy to try to blend it, or to bureaucracy to try to make that work, or something else if you've got something you want to try to pull to get the info. Just persuasion, be the nice guy.
Great, yeah. I'm gonna go with persuade instead of bureaucracy.
All right, yeah.
She's lower.
That's fair.
Okay.
Yeah, on the table.
Well, that was the.
Oops. I don't know where it went.
Well, that was the ones.
The tens was a 3. So we got 39 out of 70. So
Nice.
I'll persuade. So.
Success either
I
way.
was shooting at a Kudoba, man. Shit.
Are we having Qdoba for a little while?
I was thinking
Meanwhile, at
IHOP,
Kudoba.
like while this is going on, we're all over at IHOP. I'm telling you, you need to like keep your blood sugar up because I'm probably gonna want to retest you.
Oops,
Like,
I'm sorry.
24 hours
My
after the
pistol
initial
fell out of my
infection.
pocket while I
I'm
was
afraid it's
dancing.
IHOP now.
Yeah.
It's just all
No,
burgers.
I refuse.
Is this the other timeline where it's
It's the strangely better timeline where it's
Yeah.
IHOP, but
Everything else
interdimensional
is the
horrors
same.
exist.
Yeah.
So
That was the trade-off.
That's the trade-off.
Yeah.
It's pretty rough, but I think I'd rather be in this.
I'm telling you, you gotta keep your blood sugar up because we're gonna want to like retest you like 24 hours after the initial slice.
Casualties?
One so far, from what's been called in. From what we've heard, this sounds like a hit.
Okay.
Like, who the hell gets shot through a Kudoba window?
That's fair. All right, thank you. Just be on your way.
All right, book it out of there.
Do you hear that, Doctor? I think we might have more pressing news.
Yes, are they going to let us anywhere close to an active crime scene?
Well, I am with the FBI.
Because you're with the CDC.
Pull rank.
I mean, I do have 40 good accuracy to try to pull rank.
My gut says this Torres guy. I think and you can correct me if I'm off the mark here, but I think his reaction to this whole thing is more cheap thrill. You know, it's in the middle of a big time, you know,
once in a lifetime
a Law and Order kind of deal. You know what I mean? He's excited.
Well, at the very least, Kudoba seems much more interesting than some delivery boy.
Yeah, he's never been to
Oh,
Canada.
that's why you're going to as a CDC. It's because it's Qdoba, or I guess that'd be Chipotle
Yeah. Gotta check on the lettuce.
and tomatoes.
Let's go look at a crime scene.
All right, so I will.
Almost everything
We'll
at
get in a
Chipotle.
sedan or whatever, and follow the leader.
Drive your way over.
to the Qdoba.
All right, you pull up to a Kudoba.
To a Qdoba.
Yeah, it's the wrong one.
Stupid GPS.
Hey, this is the one you guys had the shooting at?
Traffic's pretty light over
You
here.
just
It's
look
not
at
a
the
full
Qdoba
jam.
with the broken window. How many of those can there be?
You jump to assumptions.
This is the Qdoba where the guy, put reverse and smashed through the front.
Ah, right.
It wasn't
so,
shot.
So it was Billy
That
Joel.
Poor orange leaf.
Okay.
A free Chauncey.
But yeah, you drive yourself over there with Lauren, following the swath of police cars. Good 4 or 5 of them that make their way over. You arrive to medical fire police response. You see the firefighters really seem not to have much to do. They're more so keeping a perimeter with some of the police. But initial view, you get a clear view of a large plate glass window. Shot went through it. Looks like somebody more so near the back, not up front, got hit. You can see a bit of a little splash pattern back there.
Implying a long distance weapon or range weapon or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's what you get just on eyesight.
Just
There's
eyeballing it.
there's a police barricade being kind of set up.
If it's deep in the building, that also means it has to be a pretty flat angle.
Should have brought me. I know shootings.
You can always call people,
That's
rally the team.
Okay.
Can we have more forensically focused people on our team?
Yes.
I have some background with the NSP, but we've got a couple of people who are kind of more qualified than I am. I'm not sure how quickly they'll be able to get here. Tell you what, will you, Doctor, here you go. Take my phone. Will you make some phone calls to the rest of our team
I'm
here?
sure she's
sort of,
gotten to bring her phone.
bring them up to speed and give them the address. I'm going to go over there and talk to one of those firefighters. I think I can pop in for some information.
So as soon as he steps away, I'd call the 3 of you, let you know where we are, why we're there.
It's going to take you 20 minutes to get down there. Shouldn't take too long.
So I'm going to sidle up to one of the sort of the board kind of firefighters. And,
As one does. You see Mathis written on the badge. Looks over to you and he goes, "Can I help you?"
hey, it's and I'll
Kind of
flash.
confused why you're here.
I'll flash the badge, kind of in a
In the quick kind of Doctor Who way.
no, not in a way that implies I'm sorry I got to do this,
Yes.
but all right, there you go. A reluctant sort of. Agent Graves, FBI.
Holy shit! What's the FBI doing here already?
We were in the area. We've got a couple of strings tied up with a case that we're working on, and we got to check out all the angles.
All right.
Mathis, is
Yeah.
it? Yeah. I just wanted to look. The police have got their hands full, and they are notoriously tight-lipped and, frankly, tight-assed with the FBI. Sometimes, you know, there's just this
Jurisdiction. I know
dick
how it
measuring
goes.
about
Yeah.
jurisdiction. Yeah.
All right. All
yeah.
right.
Can you kind of give me what's the situation here? What do you know?
He gives you kind of that look of like, what's in it for me? Why? I don't want somebody else chewing me
Okay.
out for what I'm going to say here.
Can I read that? Is that something?
Yeah, like
Okay.
he's giving you a very clear vibe of like, I don't really want to do this, but I'm pliable.
Okay. I'm going to see his sort of hesitation there. Okay. I tell you what. Why don't we? Okay, the two of us.
Mm-hmm.
Let's.
Make a burrito.
Delicious.
Let's just step over here for a second and sort of make like farther away from the rest of the firefighters.
Yeah, he does like the look over the shoulder, make sure nobody's watching. Follows you, like back alleyway nearby.
Just kind of just off the side, just so that
Okay,
we're
yeah.
not in earshot.
It's the other
After
side
I
of the furniture.
Look, man, you know how these things always find their way back. Even if it's not me, they say, some firefighter told them, and all of a sudden I'm getting my ass chewed out.
I know.
As you said before, dick measuring contest.
Yeah. So,
So let me be honest with you. I don't really care, but what's in it for me? I'll even sweeten the pot. I know the name of the person who got shot. That's about it. In fact, I know something interesting about the name of the person who got shot.
well, Matthias, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you had to rate the information that you have on a scale that was comprised of American presidents. Now, what would you say? What president sort of rates there? Is it more of a Jackson, or maybe a Lincoln? Maybe it's not even a president. Maybe it's Benjamin Franklin.
It's a Teddy Roosevelt.
So,
Damn.
What I miss?
So
Great info.
what old white man would you sort of qualify for that information? Just for my own.
So it's not
curiosity.
so great that it's Obama. I get it.
Well, he's not on the money.
The Obama.
What did I miss?
Let's see.
He's asking a firefighter for information.
Okay.
Kind of like
And he's trying to bribe him.
strokes his chin a little bit. Maybe like a Franklin or two.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a double Franklin.
It's pretty interesting, I've got to admit.
And Franklin was a pretty interesting guy. Yeah.
You like those French?
I'm gonna sort of kind of as casually
Casually
as
as
possible
possible.
pick up my wallet and sort of I'll take out $300.
He does like, he starts to do the like a wow whistle, and then cuts himself off.
And I'll palm it, and then I'll sort of reach out to shake his hand.
He'll go for the handshake, and he makes it kind of like a long pull in, talk in your ear for a quick little. So look, woman who got shot, Evelyn Wells. You know that whole strip mall that blew up yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
This morning.
Guess what? Her detective agency was based out of there. And doesn't take a firefighter to tell you, that place didn't just catch fire. There's some military grade shit going on what happened there.
So we got
And he pulls back at that point, and sticks the hand in his pocket. And gives you kind of a quick little look. I gotta get going. And walks back.
Sure. Have a nice day.
I will now.
What was her name?
Evelyn, Evelyn, Wells, as you would expect.
Like HG.
Yes.
I'm going to make my way back to the doctor.
I'll say for convenience sake, everybody else has arrived at this time.
So we got what, a strip mall that blew up and now a shooting in Qdoba. You guys really think this is connected to our
I not only
weird,
think that's
creepy
connected.
house mystery?
I got hard evidence. So this shooting victim is this Evelyn Wells, right?
Okay.
She's a private dick, right? Maybe a public dick too. I didn't know her. So she's apparently looking into something. We don't know what yet. She gets shot in a public place from a distance at a relatively low angle because of the window, right? That makes sense ballistically, right? With a, and correct me if I'm wrong here, Elena, but what looks like a kind of a military precision, or a professional precision at any rate. This is not just some, joy killing.
Oh, looks over it.
It's no
the
drive-by.
scene.
So yeah, you're looking at, you've got a row of seating right by the window. You've got like the 6-person table, and then you've got the back wall with like the 2-person little wooden seats. Very clear from the shot that they were sitting in that back table.
Did it blow out the whole window, or is there like a clear bullet hole with cracks around it?
It probably blew out a good portion of the window.
Okay.
The rest of the window probably fell apart at that point. Right?
Yeah.
It's probably like you throw a sort of
Yeah.
chair through
Through
it, like a dime store window or whatever. There's the hole, and then the rest of the glass kind of collapses
Collapses
and
around
loses
it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you would need some damn good precision to be able to do that. Definitely somebody who's a trained sniper or some other form of marksman.
So we got a sniper hit on a private detective
What does this have to do with the strip mall?
who's apparently whose agency is based out of the strip mall.
Okay.
Okay, how does this connect back to our case?
I don't know,
That's what I was wondering.
It's damn convenient.
but it is very, very convenient given the timeline the last few days.
The possible connection could be that they were investigating our newly deceased.
Weren't you guys just questioning the delivery driver?
Torres, yeah,
This happened while you were doing that?
Yes. Well,
we got word of
Close.
the shooting while we were leaving the police precinct.
Yeah. Shot fired about 12:30.
It sounds like somebody tried to get the mall in hopes of getting everyone, and there was a loose end.
Well, that would make sense to me.
I don't know that I necessarily want to hop on this giant town-wide conspiracy theory, but the timing seems a little...
That's the last thing I want to do, but
The timing seems a little odd for you guys being at the station when this goes off.
real fucking coincidental here.
So this happened, like, what, right after you finished the interview?
Yeah, we were about to leave, and the whole place sort of picked up.
You were there about, I'd say, maybe 5-10 minutes as
Torres
you were
was the
waiting
killer.
for Torres to like clean
Right.
things up and get out.
Torres actually would have just found out that he was being released.
Mhm.
Fuck. Okay. You guys, Bondi, come with me. You guys stay here. See what you can get out of the local police. If you can take a look at the crime scene, even better.
Torres is going to die.
Listen,
Bondi and I gotta go find Torres.
yeah.
Do we want to put out an APB?
Not to rub salt in the wound or anything, but kind of part of the whole point of having two of you guys there was so if something like this happens, you can split up.
Do you wanna do a job performance review, or do you want to find fucking Torres?
I'm just saying, teamwork isn't always about being all together at the same time. We got a lot of people, we can split up, cover more ground. Let's just focus on...
Look,
We need to
You guys
find
number-
Torres.
Time's of the essence. We gotta go. One of us. Fuck, I'll do it if that's necessary. We gotta go find Torres. Make sure that he's all right. And he hasn't been hit by this same sort of prospect conspiracy, whatever the fuck you want to call it. The rest of you.
Okay, do I see the
Wasting
medical
time.
exam now?
Wells wasn't one of the names on
You
the
see some like
case, right?
EMTs there.
Well,
No.
Outside of that, no. Wouldn't have made it there yet. Probably wouldn't be there. Probably would transition more so to like the police investigating the scene, get a detective to try to grab some of that, and then some of the CSI showing up.
Sure.
Why
would
don't
be
you
nice
investigate the scene, and we'll try to find Torres.
Sure would be nice
So, yeah,
if we knew
through
what she was
CSI,
working
yes.
on.
So,
We should
could I
watch our
like
backs
use
too.
the opportunity to get into the scene?
Sure, give it a try.
Okay.
In the meantime, Bond and I will run to the sedan, get in, and I'll peel out and head towards.
No, that is a hard failure.
Okay,
I'll head towards Torres'
Does
address.
this look like Chicago?
With our FBI cover events, do we get sirens?
If you want to use them, yeah.
Fuck, slap it.
So where are you going?
We're,
So
I'm
the three of
heading
you
towards,
leaving?
No, just the two of us.
Okay.
We're heading towards Torres' address, which I must have picked out on the police file.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because that's where, I assume that's where he would go.
What's your drive like?
He's probably off job.
Where are you going?
He's off hours.
Yeah.
And that
Oh,
would
you
probably
two?
be where
Yeah.
he'd go. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. It's Bondi. Okay, so
Yeah,
the three of us are still at the
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
the shooting scene.
My drive
At
is
the
50.
Qdoba.
I tried to
My
get
drive
into the
is
scene
52,
and failed horribly.
so-
So,
Okay.
Yeah,
I can
they're
listen
looking
to
at
the
you and they're
scene.
like, look, there's jurisdiction, there's order to these things. Yeah, you might be here, but we don't want to go through all the paperwork of attaching you to this. There's a ton of paperwork a lot of people don't want to do.
I want to see, with my knowledge of firearms, if I can potentially try to line up where the shot would have had to be taken from.
If you can get on the scene.
Your Batman.
I don't know how
Detective
how
vision.
far out they would have cordoned it off if they're still just working in the restaurant itself, or if they've spread out and tried to find
Because if the whole window's broken, you don't know.
They've taken the sidewalk. The street's kind of filled up with police, but they're currently trying to move so they can continue the flow of traffic.
Would I be able to try to roll a persuade to get us in?
What's your angle? How are you trying to persuade in this case to gain access?
CDC, we have reason to think that some people who have been doing certain lines of work may have been exposed to contagion that could be problematic given the blood splatter.
All right.
So you go to CDC. She has a CDC. I have an FBI badge.
You've got some potential sway. I'll say that's worth a try.
I'm going to be trying to figure out whereabouts a shot could have been popped off from.
That is a success.
That's a crit.
Ooh,
33 out of 60.
nice.
Double
Yeah.
numbers are a crit.
So yeah, you flash the CDC, and there is a quick whisper among some of the people. They're like, "Hey, yeah, I've got this friend over in Ohio. They're talking about a plane that crashed there that took off from here with some CDC stuff. We should probably actually listen to them on this one. I don't want to get anywhere near that." And they pull back from it, giving the three of you access.
alright, I immediately go over to the body and then examine it.
Is it going to be easier to line up a shot?
There is no
from
body.
where
The
it
body
was?
has been actually taken by EMTs.
Okay, I'm gonna see where.
It wasn't at the scene when you got here. Let me put it that way.
It seems odd that EMTs would take a dead body.
Who said she was dead?
Yeah. So I'm gonna look for
Disappointed.
wherever the bullet lodged, because I'm assuming something to be this accurate. It's gonna be powerful. It's gonna go through her.
Sure.
Though, we should probably mention that she probably was not killed since the EMTs did not take her.
This is true.
It might be lodged in her body.
Yeah, I mean,
You give a quick look and you can tell something went through her at the very least, or something is now embedded in the wall. I mean, it is a Qdoba, but
yeah, if she survives, she's probably not doing very well. There's a chance she won't make it, but we can try to piece together from what we've got.
if you want to give me a firearms check,
Forensics.
yeah, I will take forensics, firearms, or if you have heavy weapons, you can do heavy weapons with a plus 10.
I've got a firearms of 60%. I also have a military science, although I don't know if that would help me here. Land, specifically.
That's
only
more
a-
so tactics.
It's only
yeah.
a 20% anyway, and my firearms is better.
Yeah, firearms is more so you're trying to determine what made this hole, whereas forensics would be more so digging the bullet out and determining from there.
Or just angle of entry.
Well, yeah, angle of entry and then
So
map.
I'm going to take a sample of the blood.
21.
Sure. It's our cover story.
It sounds like a good idea.
21 out of 60.
You can do that very easily. 21 out of 60, you're looking at a high caliber, long range sniper rifle bordering on anti-material rifle.
Is the bullet still here?
50 cal.
If it is like fragmented into the wall.
Okay.
You're not going to be able to pull it out
Alright.
easily. You'd have to like chisel out some of the brick and then work from there.
Okay.
But
Some serious hardware.
yeah, like
What would I
very
need-
clearly military. You can tell instantly by looking at that.
What would I need
She's
to
not-
roll to
she's
kind
alive,
of
She's not doing well.
try to eyeball hole in wall, hole in window?
Forensics.
Right, huh?
Most of the windows probably blown out, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. You could really get a hole from it.
Oh, I didn't. I thought he just said there was a small hole in the window. I didn't realize the window was shattered.
Oh, it's a full shatter, yeah.
Okay.
That's one of those things
It's
where
hard
it
to
was
started
all-
small
the
and
rest of
then yeah.
glass collapsed.
You'd like take a laser pointer.
I also know have forensics, so it doesn't.
Yeah, you can back up, I guess, against the bullet hole and sort of like try to see if like the point
Yeah.
would
I can try to
terminate
do
on
that.
the rooftop or
Yeah, you could just give me like a raw alertness, and just see what makes sense to you from viewing.
I'll try that too.
I'll try it.
Yeah, so you can use forensics or alertness.
I
on
got
this one.
alertness.
33, critical success.
Nice. I got 10.
So
Crit fail.
you're looking from where you are, and you're like, "Ah, "There's no way somebody could get a shot."
You
And
saw
then
us
one of the
tonight.
fire trucks moves, and you see this perfect position of a rooftop air conditioner. You could nestle a rifle there perfectly, and that would make perfect sense for the angle. You're guessing it probably came through the window pretty high, as to avoid anybody else sitting in front of it. But even with that like shallow angle, that lines up. You'd probably put it that she wasn't actually in the seat when she got shot. She was standing right next to it. Yeah.
I got a 10.
Okay. Well, I kind of.
You managed to figure,
Yeah,
yeah, rooftop nearby. Definitely makes
Yeah,
sense.
And then he got a crit fail. She got a crit fail.
Yep.
It-
I don't know what that looks like for this, though.
I just know.
Nothing really.
You forget what guns are.
The shot came from inside the cougar.
I said she got sawdust in her eye or something.
It's just like a.
It was a gangland
The
shooting.
sun, like, you stare up and, like, towards the sun for too long, and it's kind of hard to see.
It's the
Take
classic
1 point of
Chad when his
damage.
hands are. Just,
Anyway, we kind of gather everybody around and share this knowledge. And I'd probably say we should probably go check that out.
That seems more useful than being here.
Okay.
Make your way probably across the street. You find, yeah, there's a ladder up, but it's got the classic bar and lock across it.
Actually, hold on. Maybe one of us stays here, just to keep an eye out for any weird activity, shifty characters popping around. Maybe
Well, you guys
returning
are-
to the scene of the crime.
Better at the forensic bit, so I can stay here.
Okay.
There's one very particular fireman who's looking a little shifty.
Very bribable.
He seems happy, a little too happy to be out.
So yeah, I'll stay at the
hey, does
scene.
Benjamin
You got
have
our-
some
you got our
lock
numbers on your
cutters?
phone, right?
Yep.
Alright.
No, but
Let's
Jefferson.
check out the roof.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you make your way around, and if
you
you
open a car,
if you've seen any of those ladders that you'll see like attached to fast food restaurants to get to the roof, where they've got the bar, or not the bar, but like the sheet of metal
Delays.
across it, that's there. But otherwise, no clear way to the roof.
you just have
So,
to climb up
any
that
plans?
first 10 feet.
I can
And
give
then
it
you
a
get the
try.
ladder.
Military. I'm 6'2".
You got some hops. I'd say give me an athletics to see if you can get up there.
50%. Okay.
It's good.
Not too shabby.
And crit fail, I twist my ankle.
You know, you crit fail, you have a heart attack.
I should have gone to the IHOP.
Tell me I hope.
Yeah.
Or you went to the IHOP and now you're
Ooh.
cramping.
That's a 0.
That's a crit fail.
That's a
100.
crit failure.
That's
That's
a
100.
I remember I didn't read my own dice. Well, damn.
No, it depends on system. Some systems will call it a 0. Delta Green calls it 100.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're like, all right, yeah, I got this, and you do the.
You got on it, and then you fall from the top.
You like take a couple steps back, and you survey the situation. You're like, all right, there's the trash can that they've got on wheels over there. A side wall that I'd be able to kick off of to then grab the side of the roof and pull myself up. I got this. Get that running start, run up, jump, bound off the side, hit that wall, and then as you're like trying to bound back, you go a little short and just face plant into the wall.
Ow.
Roll a d4 and take that much damage. So you watch that.
Are you
I have
okay?
D4s, I just need to dig one out.
Dig one
Yeah.
out.
The hardest to come by. She's currently
One.
Oh, not too bad. So she's like staring up, like bruised,
How much
and there's some
pride
scrapes.
there?
That's like a
D10.
D10. Yeah, that's rough.
That's how many power points you lose.
I would say pride is probably taking away its sanity. You need a little bit of pride. Yeah, you're a little scuffed up.
Okay, give me a minute.
Alright, could we get up there if I stood on your shoulders?
Possibly. How's your upper body strength? I mean, it's gonna be better than if I get on your shoulders, so
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
I'm much shorter than you.
roll athletics
I'll give you a boost.
for the
To
boost,
get through.
and then roll athletics to pull yourself up.
Oh god, this is gonna go horribly.
Yep.
I failed.
I succeeded.
Okay, so you managed to get up on the shoulders, grab the edge right as she kind of stumbles out from under you. You're like, oh, that's a lot more. It takes like a good couple of minutes for you to finally like pull yourself up, and you were on the roof just like, okay, made it. It's gravelly.
Alright, is there any way I can get something down to her so she can get up here?
Do you have something?
An additional ladder.
You got your 50 feet of rope?
You may have to do the forensics work on your own.
Okay, so I'm not bad at forensics. So, yeah.
That's
I
good
guess-
because I don't have any.
Oh, well.
Then this
yeah.
may be for the best then.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think our forensics is taking a snooze.
Okay,
A
so.
well-needed one.
Forensic roll?
I'll give you a plus 10, or a plus 20% because of how fresh it is.
Okay, that's even better. Except I rolled a 98.
Jesus.
Well, mark that failure. So yeah, you're doing a quick little look around. If anybody used this spot, they cleaned it up well. So at the very least, it confirms the idea of, yeah, a professional was here.
Or just a very cleanly man.
It's
Or
true, yeah.
woman.
Find anything?
Nothing.
It's totally clean up here. Very professional.
Not even a pigeon pie.
What?
Pigeon pie.
Oh, yeah. No, there's bird crap.
Didn't clean up fully.
And
There's-
at
there's
this
no
point I
signs of
realize
their
I have
shit.
no idea how I'm going to get
No
down.
power washing.
You can just climb down the ladder and then you dangle and drop. It's the best way to minimize fall distance. I can catch you
Okay,
if
let's
you want
see
me
how-
to.
let's
I
see
know
how
I
that
haven't
goes.
really been on my game today, so maybe you just want to do a dead drop.
You managed to work through that, no problem. It's harrowing, it's close, but at the end of the day, you're like, okay, I'm good. Ankle feels a little sore, but it's not like twisted or anything.
Okay.
So you're driving?
Yep.
All right, give me a drive check. How speedily can you drive with those sirens blazing?
9 of 50.
Not bad. You make good time. Make your way over to his house. Pull in the driveway.
Yeah, like I think at a blackout is when I turn off the sirens.
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to say probably an apartment building. Pull in there. You read through the doc that they had on him.
The police boat? Yeah.
Yeah. So you know, he drives a Nissan Sentra, and as you're pulling into the parking lot for the apartment building, you don't spot one.
Okay. I'm gonna head towards the, the office area, the front, front desk kind of area, and I will flash my badge quickly at the attendant there.
Yeah, you get a surprised attendant. Of course.
Ernesto Torres, has he checked in recently?
We don't keep track of people's comings and goings. We've got like security footage if you want to review that. I mean, I think you need a warrant for that, but like whatever, man.
What's the apartment number?
Apartment number 321.
Bonnie, you head up there.
I'll head up.
Okay.
I'll take a look at that
Make your
security
way up.
footage.
Okay. Sitting there scrolling through the text. Would you give me an alertness? So you're making your way up.
47 to 60.
47 is good. Okay. Making your way up. You pass by some people who are making their way down. A couple, man and a woman, look to be probably like 30s or so. You notice both of them have like sidearms on. Which, I mean, you can carry in this state. But
This is America.
yeah, this is America. But you notice that as you're walking up. You're like hyper vigilant right now for anybody who could be a threat. So it's like, what about those two? You catch them on like the second floor landing. They're turning, talking to each other, making their way downstairs.
I think I'm going to send a text to Graves. Is it? This one is Graves.
Yes.
I'm great.
I am grapes.
Okay. What does your text say?
Spot. This is near Torres's apartment.
Yeah, it's in the same like cluster of buildings. So it's a outdoor apartment building,
Like
where
outdoor entrance.
yeah, where you've got the staircase that are covered, but open air, completely open air.
Like a motel.
Yeah,
Okay.
they do the rock back and forth stairs, and then the landings have 4 doors, 2 on each side.
2 people with firearms nearby Torres's apartment. May need backup.
You're just sitting down as they're pulling tapes from today.
It's probably also
Second
it's like
text.
it's. I would have called if I needed backup like
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah, I would have assumed that. Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
kind of a
fair.
standard protocol thing. Okay.
It's the emergency.
Does the security footage sort of reveal anything for me unusual? I'm looking specifically
Just
at
start-
Torres.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is going to take.
It's going to take some time. Yeah, you're going to review the last how long? Guys currently starting at like midnight this morning.
I need the last 2 hours.
Okay, so he'll cut that down, and he'll run at like 4 times speed. So it'll
Yeah.
take you about 30 minutes to chew through. Probably even faster than that, to be honest.
Sure.
So I'd probably only do like the last.
Do like 10 times or something. Yeah. Okay, so you make your way up to the door.
I'll
Yeah.
acknowledge the text.
I think I'm doing like the ear to
Read at 3:27 p.m.
and doing Mr.
Big
Torres.
thumbs up.
Knock, 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 knock.
But the one where you hold
No
it,
reply.
It's really big. This is Facebook Messenger, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know.
With emoji.
There's no lock picking.
That's criminology.
Criminology.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Anything criminal you would ever want to do is criminal.
It's actually under criminology.
Mhm.
So I thought that was more like the study of crime.
Well, I guess that's
It's
so many-
technically
It's
not
a
criminal
little
craft.
of both. Yeah, it is technically an investigation skill, is what they classify it as.
I mean, I can see that because if
yeah. So, what do you think?
I think right now I'm gonna try if those 2 people are talking, I'm gonna try to like catch snippets of what they're talking about.
Oh, I mean, they're waking their way down. They're probably heading towards their car right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like, they're not standing in the stairway or anything. They're moving.
They're moving.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like 1:30. So, yeah, like, people are doing stuff.
Yeah.
How dare they?
Doing stuff.
I'll probably tail them a little bit.
Okay, so make your way down. They get into a like Jeep Wrangler.
Take photos.
Okay, snap some photos. Are you doing this stealthily, or are you like, I have a camera, standing in the middle of the street snapping shots?
Well, if I'm trying to do it, maybe less from the streets. It's
So with some measure of stealth.
Yeah.
Right? Give me a stealth check.
crap because I'm not good at stuff.
Well, there you go.
44 of 10.
Nice. So yeah, you were
Incredibly.
tourist, like, you know when you go to places and it's like, this is a religious site, please don't take photographs, and there's that one person who like clearly hasn't seen that sign or has seen it. No, they have seen it.
I'm
and they're
taking a
still trying to
selfie
take
with
pictures.
the sign. I'm taking a selfie with the sign.
Effectively, yeah. You're like, you know, sneaking out, trying to snap a picture of something, and
Or I'm just like
tumbling
standing,
over.
just like.
Yeah, it's painfully obvious. They don't seem to notice you
Or give enough.
or care. Yeah, you're just some
Care.
creeper.
Oh, yeah.
You run through the review of the tapes. No, he hasn't been back. Not since.
I'm going to get up very quickly and head towards Torres' apartment and sort of toss over my shoulder. Thank you for your time.
All right. Have a good day.
I'm going to instinctively undo the latch, on the holster, right? Yeah, so that I could draw if necessary, and I will make my way towards his body. Yeah, to run into his body.
Okay. So two of you meet at the bottom of the stairs.
They left in a Jeep Wrangler.
Did you get the license plate?
Got some photos.
Good. You been up to the apartment yet?
No one answered when I knocked.
You see the Nissan Sentra entering the parking lot.
You gotta be shitting me.
It just hasn't been home yet.
Traffic.
It might have gone out to like.
He wanted lunch.
Yeah.
Kudoba was busy. It took a little longer.
You drive by the Qdoba and see like
There's a traffic
blood
jam
and a
on the
broken
way.
window. Like, oh, I guess I'm going to Chipotle.
I was
Okay.
coming back rushing home.
I will put the latch back, and then I'll sort of gesture to Blondie, sort of make our way, sort of to kind of meet him, but not in a
Threatening.
like a threatening way. I'm not like closing in on him. Just like you see him pull in, I'm going to stand nearby and be ready to receive him.
So you see, like, you actually watch as he drives by to his parking spot, and he does the double take of like looking at you and drilling back, and then like looking and almost rear ends another car as he sees you standing outside. There's a very sharp hit of the brakes.
Good. You
That
hit
you
the brakes,
hear.
not the gas.
Yeah. Eventually parks in his spot, and you see him like almost running over to the two of you.
Oh,
I thought
okay.
I was going to go to his apartment. Like, fuck, wait. Okay,
Is there something else?
Mr. Torres, are you
Yeah.
you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Can you describe where you've been the last
Hour.
I'll say hour.
I stopped by Chipotle for a burrito. I was just gonna head home after that, though. I mean, my run ends like 11:45 anyway. So
Was there anyone following you?
You see anything unusual while you were driving?
there's this like moment of like I don't know what you're talking about, and then eyes just go to that very narrow pupil, wide-eyed. Do you think people are after me?
I think that you...
The people who did this to Greaves is after me?
No.
Oh,
I think you may
processing.
be in a dangerous situation which could escalate if we don't have more information. That's about as much as I can share with you.
Okay. Should I go into witness protection? Should I get a hotel room?
That's that won't be necessary. We're just gonna keep an eye on you here for a short time. Make sure that you're taken
Okay.
care of.
All right.
This is my partner Gaius Bondi. He's also with the FBI.
You have a lot of partners. Shakes your hand. What do you do?
Work in the system, just work in investigations.
Okay. You're one of those like used to be a detective, now I work for the FBI kind of guys. Yeah.
Do a lot of cases, including taxes and firearms. And
Mr. Torres, could we focus?
sorry. Yeah. What?
Let's tell you what. Why don't you go ahead and make your way up to your apartment? We'll follow you, and we'll take a look at the place, make sure that everything's kosher.
Sure. Makes his way up, following up the 3 flights of steps. He's kind of babbling nonstop about how excited he is.
Ignoring every single thing.
Trying to talk to you about, like, oh man, have you ever been in a situation like in Point Break?
Our 2 guns still excited
He goes up, fumbles with his keys a bit, and clicks, and I need alertness from both of you.
Okay.
Door explodes.
Yeah. It's like the thing in Casino where you're trying to get in the car.
Just barely failed.
Yeah. Succeed?
68 of 60.
62 of 70.
There you go.
Okay, so in the split second, you hear the door pushing open, and you hear that telltale ping.
Fuck.
You've got a very clear choice in this moment. There's Bondi, who's near the stairs. You could jump towards him. You'd probably be a lot safer heading that way. Take him down the stairs with you. Be a bit rough, but you'd be out of the way of whatever's about to happen. And then there's the unfortunate Mr. Torres, who is taking a footstep into the door, who you could try to grab for and pull out of the way.
Okay.
Quick time event.
Where we are,
Mm-hmm. So
is there a railing behind me, or is there any way to get
there's
even
You said it's outdoors?
even dangerously? Is there any way to get sort of away from
Pull
the
him
door?
over the rail?
Like if I pull him over the railing, we fall.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's much better than being incinerated.
Yeah.
So the setup, yeah. So
You're
You're
full
we're
of-
going anyways.
12 feet.
Yeah.
your setup are walls and doors here,
Mm-hmm.
and then your staircases are actually like on the side here.
Sure. Yeah.
So Gaius is like on the top step. You're a little ways in front of him, and Torres is by his door. So you're looking at like effectively grabbing somebody and trying to jump across that half flight of stairs to that landing, and then clear a railing there. It's possible. It's a hell of a jump, but it's possible.
Okay. Well, I don't necessarily. I just if it's something that I can't accomplish in like a second, then it's
Like if you grab Torres and like pull him towards the steps, you're probably going to miss Gaius, but you're still getting further away from where that explosion is, and you're getting that height difference.
I'm going to try to get. I'm going to grab Torres and sort of maneuver the both of us, like even if we're sort of like both leaping out of the way or whatever, getting height and distance away from the door.
All right.
I'm also in that split second shout
down.
move, and hopefully that'll give enough to Bondi.
Okay. So Bondi, you are able to move a bit, kind of turn and try to clear some of the way. Let's see. Give me a dodge roll. And then if Graves would like to give me one as well, you will be rolling with a -10 because you're dragging somebody with you, but
Okay.
he will not have to roll.
So I guess that is an. Am I applying that to the dice or to the?
To your
percentage.
percentage.
Yeah.
Like
Okay,
percentage.
So you could think it as a plus 10% to your roll. if that's
89
easier.
out of 50. So
Ooh.
that's not great with that.
So yeah, you had to reach forward to grab him and pull him back. So you're getting a good lick of this. How do you do?
42 of 50.
Nice. Okay.
Find the manual life.
Tell my story.
So this is going to be a
You gotta make it
grand
through.
total of 10 points of damage. How you doing?
Well, I had 14, so
You're not unconscious. but you're not having a good day.
No.
Oh god, I was looking at your.
Torres is looking rough, and you take 5.
I was looking at your strength
As this
score
catches.
as your hit points, which is a 10.
Yeah,
You're
no.
This
like,
is about to be like,
well, it was nice knowing you. Door is blown off its hinges.
Does the armor technically apply here?
Yes.
Okay, well, in that case, you said it was 10 damage, right?
Mhm.
So instead I took 7, so I have 7 hit
a little
points
better.
instead of...
That
half
is better.
hit points.
Yep.
Because the body armor is like 3.
Yeah, I have AR3.
Nice.
Door's blown off its hinges. Walls are blown out.
There wasn't
You
anybody home next
immediately
door.
notice, like, you have been flung against the railing that you were looking at jumping over. Bent that out pretty badly as you're, like, laying there looking back. Torres is laying on the stairs. He doesn't look to be moving. And you hear a secondary explosion.
Oh, good.
One that sounds a lot more of flame, but one that, especially in your line of work, you're familiar with. That's thermite.
Oh, good.
Don't worry, it'll only feel it for a little bit.
It'll
It'll
burn
burn out
through
fast.
pretty much everything. That being said, a lot of the neighbors are quickly like getting up and out for those who are home. There's an elderly woman on first floor who is slowly making her way out.
I shoot her. She's a suspect.
Jesus, man!
Shoot to the spine. Can I
There's
see
just
Bondi?
mass panic. You can see Bondi. Bondi made it to the stairs as well.
Okay.
He's like pushing himself up at this point. Most of the damage you're guessing he took was along the back and
Some of the
probably
fall.
landing. Yeah, having your arm catch it,
Yeah.
probably bruised pretty badly.
I scraped your elbow.
I'm going to make my way directly to Torres to check his condition. At the same time,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell Bondi about a thermite and to do sort of a, perimeter check, like make sure that try to get a handle on the situation. Where did that secondary explosion come from?
It's probably,
Is this shit ongoing?
yeah.
Give me alertness. Things are happening too quick for a proper search.
58 of 60.
You spring up to your feet, worse for wear, but like looking around, you notice, flames are just bursting out of his apartment.
It's mostly just his apartment that...
I mean, it's hitting the landing at this point. It's going to quickly start spreading. This is old carpet. Even if it's been outside, like, you're looking at this building's probably going to start burning down pretty damn quickly.
I think I'm going to call the agency I had called earlier today.
Mm-hmm. ATF?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Local branch?
Going to put out an APB on our license plate
All right.
while keeping a search out.
Nice.
Done and done. We'll do what we can about that. See if we can figure out who that is. Thank you. Try to enjoy your vacation, man.
People trying to blow me up!
This is more of like this is a dangerous people. This is like this is related to our bombing before.
Yeah, no, like they're appreciative, but at the same time, there's that like irony of you're trying to take a vacation.
And people are trying to blow me up, man.
Yeah,
I was this close to retirement.
Yeah.
Is Torres okay? I have a medicine skill of 0.
Why didn't you bring me?
First aid of 10.
Well, I guess you should do it then.
Somebody give me that first aid.
Just like immediate. I'm looking at him. Like, is he actively bleeding? Is he
breathing?
like? Is he breathing?
He's bleeding. You can't tell if he's breathing.
Okay.
If he's breathing, it's shallow.
I want to try to at least. Fuck, you're not supposed to move the body, but the fire.
Yeah,
from
it's
the room.
Roaring flames. It's starting to get pretty hot even where you are right now.
Okay.
And this is Seattle.
I'm going to hand this off to Bondi to check the body. I'm going to go down and try to find the nearest sort of fire extinguisher and try to sort of contain some of the blaze. To buy some time, really.
Yeah. There was one up on 3rd floor, but the explosion clearly ruptured it, and it kind of blew.
I'm going to find the next to
clearly one on 2nd floor you can make your way down to.
Jog down there.
There's
hand off.
Hobbling down. You're bleeding pretty
It
heavily.
sucks. Yeah. No, I'm not happy.
gonna not really check him, but like
Check for a pulse,
yeah.
kind of
I
thing.
mean, that's simple enough, right?
Yeah. Yeah, give me a quick first aid. I'll give you plus 20%.
Woo! Yeah.
That 30, right?
55 crit fail.
Jesus! You kill him!
Yeah, you're like searching for a pulse. You don't find one.
You're searching for a pulse by putting your hand into his chest and feeling his pulse.
Is it beating?
That happened when I stepped on that mine in the last Delta game. I'm trying to save my life.
You just History repeats itself.
So that would have been like a 90 something. My
Yeah,
first day on that go was.
You hit a point where you're like, all right, if he's not dead, I'm pretty sure he's dead now. Like the angle he hit those stairs.
So I'm gonna get his body off of. Just do like the fireman's carry. Get him out, because if I can't make him any worse. From what I can tell.
Yeah.
From what I can
Practical
tell.
way of looking at it.
So you managed to pull him downstairs. Fire's clearly starting to spread.
If I'm-
you see
if I'm
some people
seeing-
on phones.
If I'm seeing Bondi coming down, I'm just abandoning the fire extinguisher thing, and I'm just gonna.
I'm gonna try like knocking on all the doors, make sure.
Everybody's out of the building.
Yeah, most of them are like ajar.
You could hear that explosion.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Well, yeah, but some people are like really
Asleep.
into drugs. They're like really into
Maybe
drugs.
they're like sitting at their computer, like playing COD with the earphones
They're
in.
playing
They'd never done
It
Fortnite.
just blends in with the
Yeah.
ambiance.
Yeah. And then they're burned to death, which is fitting because they're playing Fortnite.
toasty.
If they weren't using voice chat.
Oh yeah, you managed to pull the body down. You're looking at effectively a burning building as the fire department pulls up like 10 minutes later.
We're still hanging out at like around the Qdoba.
Yeah, as you're there, you notice the fire department's like quickly packing up and leaving.
One thing after another.
Mm-hmm. It's been a week.
What the hell?
Fuck.
Let's see if we can hitch a ride.
We have no clue what's going on, so maybe we should call our other people and see if something
Partners.
happened.
It could just be another fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
This is Seattle after all.
Everything's constantly on
Don't
fire. Yeah.
That's why it's always raining. Is
'Cause there's
like,
a
it's a
thing
natural
like-
prevention of
Yeah.
all the fires.
It's a great
It's
sort of
nature's
circle of
balance.
life. Yeah.
Constantly refreshing.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll. Okay, you call. I'm gonna ask somebody here what's
Okay.
going on.
Is he alive?
I call it
Can't
you.
tell.
I'm gonna see if I can grab.
No,
one of the
you would say
firefighters.
like clearly no. You've
Yeah.
got no pulse. All the signs you've seen are no.
I'm gonna see if I can
Like,
grab. one of the firefighters.
at this point, it would be like without like resuscitation. It's like his pulse is down, but this is where I'm like trying to do the resuscitation without like any effect. He's not coming back.
Yeah, you're not actually trained in first aid, are you?
No, I think any like law enforcement are CPR.
He probably got
certified.
like CPR.
Yeah, but like character skill. Like,
What do you mean? Like,
what is
Do
your
you have a
percentage
first
in
aid?
first aid?
rank.
Because like 10's the default,
10%,
right?
Yeah.
yeah, 10's
Yeah.
the
Okay,
default.
so you don't have any like above and beyond your
No.
standard
Yes.
training. So you're like, yeah, it's been a while since I've done CPR. I think I'm doing this right. And then that critical failure comes back, and you just hear like this nasty wet snap
Yep.
during a chest compression.
It's what happens.
Yeah.
It's what happens. You know you're not pressing hard enough unless some bones break.
So
I'm gonna.
Amir is calling Graves.
Yeah, I'm patting my like. Is it still intact? Can I still grab it?
You pull your phone out,
And
and,
I'm
the
grabbing-
screen is cracked. You see the number, well, most of the number there.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
grab a firefighter while she's doing that and ask them what they're getting called off to.
By the time you get out there, they're gone.
Okay.
Like the firefighters are quick and moving.
Yeah.
Does the screen work enough so I can take the call?
Yeah, you're able
Okay.
to press. You've got like buttons. Not quite smartphone here.
Great.
Yeah,
I'm putting that.
all the firefighters just left here all of a sudden, and we was wondering if that had anything to do with you.
Makes it sound like they're responsible.
I mean, we did set off the fire. Technically.
No, Torres set it off.
Oh, that's true.
Bond and I intercepted Torres at his apartment. There was an explosion. He's dead.
Oh.
Which one? Who's he?
Which he?
Yeah. Which one is he?
What do you mean, which one?
Well, is
They're
it
not
Taurus
sure.
or me?
Yeah. Which he is dead.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Bonnie's looking over Taurus's body right now.
Well, I guess that is better.
News?
We gotta. Fuck.
Do you need us over there?
It's gonna get real crowded here real quick. And we better head back to the hotel. Let the authorities, the other ones, take care of this shit. Fuck.
The authorities that aren't us.
Alright,
Okay, that sounds good.
An adult.
Both of you
a
give me
different
sanity.
adult.
Sanity check.
Yeah, you have suffered violence, I would say.
26
Under my current.
of 59.
29 of 69.
Nice.
Alright, yeah. You don't take anything.
Okay. I mean, it sucks, but we
yeah.
probably went through simulation for that, especially here in the DM.
Yeah.
God. Yeah.
You're used to this. You probably survived something like this once before. Not this close, though.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember
I almost took demolitions.
if a failure marks
A failure marks the
adaptation. Okay, so be
'Cause
sure
it's-
to mark that step in the process of adaptation to violence.
It's
Right.
3 failures
If they fail.
without breaking.
Yes.
That's the hard catch. Is
Yep.
you have to not break while getting those 3.
Yep. So keep those in mind.
That's what makes
Okay.
it difficult.
All right, so we're meeting back at the hotel.
Yeah, just we'll reconvene there as soon as Bonnie and I are done here. We'll make our way there. Figure the next step out. I gotta go probably to a hospital, so it's gonna take me a couple of minutes.
Okay.
I'll just turn it off.
Bye.
Nobody says bye.
You turn it off and the battery falls out.
Chuck the thing.
Yeah, it's pretty toast.
So
That
I
didn't
go over
sound
and
good.
collect you two, and say,
What's up?
yeah, that was definitely Bondi and
Graves.
Graves.
What happened?
Explosion at Torres's place.
Another one?
Yes.
Are you okay?
Bondi and Graves are. Torres, not so much. Graves wants us to reconvene at the hotel.
Okay,
so.
when you say okay, do you mean alive or do you mean uninjured?
I got the feeling that Graves and Bondi were both injured, but they are alive. Torres, not so much.
Okay, are they going to a hospital? Because
Yeah, he definitely said he was going to a hospital.
Okay, because I don't want to treat them in a hotel room. I can do it, but if there's a hospital, that's better.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they'll want medical attention at a hospital.
Okay, well. So maybe you two go back to the hotel and I'll try to get to the hospital.
Okay,
Yeah.
so point of order. Hospital is probably going to take you two the rest of the day. Go through the system, get patched up, cleaned up,
Yeah.
checked out. Police will be taking statements as well. Are you giving them everything you know? Are you limiting it to what? Because unless you can somehow like try to spin this as no, this is actually our investigation, they're going to take over. You could definitely try to do that with bureaucracy.
You do have an FBI badge.
Yeah, persuasion. You could do some lying.
I'm literally from the FBI. So.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
You've got that history there. Too.
yeah, I think I'll.
We both have FBI badges.
I think I'll try the persuade scenario and just say that the Bureau's asked us to come down and help sort of to piggyback on this already ongoing investigation, and then this thing escalated, and now we're clearly dealing with military grade explosives and everything, and that's completely out of local police jurisdiction, so we got to take over on that. That's a pretty solid case, I think.
I'll give you a +20 for that. Yeah.
I'm gonna say you two should go back to the hotel. Keep an eye on me.
Okay. So
Who all knew that Torres saw what he did?
49 out of 70 with a 20 applying to the
Nice.
dice, right? Yeah.
I mean, I guess it depends on how much was.
Because I did
released in
roll
the
a
news.
69.
Hey. Yeah, how much of the original investigation was actually released to the news? Like, would Torres' name have come up in
Probably not.
No.
bulletins? Okay, so it'd
That's-
pretty much just be everybody on the investigation.
Mm-hmm.
Or somebody who could bribe somebody in an investigation or has some kind of access to records.
Hackers.
Or some...
Hacker man.
Probably his, like, boss knows that, yeah, he's had to take some time off. Because he's not showing up for work.
So, after 4 hours of medical attention, the police are finally asking you questions, and you turn this back around on them, and they're like, look, all right, I
Fuck you,
understand there's a ongoing investigation. I didn't understand. If there's any way we can help, fire department's going through the scene, or trying to contain the blaze at this point in time. Once that becomes a crime scene, should we hold that for you,
Yes.
or...
Absolutely. Don't let your people get in there and, we got to get in there first. We have, we're kind of point of order about getting that evidence first because we need to get traces of if this was like Semtex, thermite, whatever it is, we need that right away, and we don't need local cops muddying the state of evidence.
We've got ATF on this. They would definitely be involved. This has already been hooked in. We're hearing similar modus operandi to the strip mall.
Yep.
So it's already out of our hands.
Yeah.
And I've already notified them of the connection that this probably has, so...
Yep. All right.
They should at the very least start to pay you again. It's paid vacation.
Yes.
And at this point in time, you hear the phone, or your phone ring, the phone you used to call your buddy.
Oh, okay. I thought that was perhaps the same phone that I threw onto the...
Somebody may have put it back together and left it with you.
Okay.
Well,
If you were
wouldn't
using
we have
a
two
burner.
phones? Did you call him with your burner phone? Because
I didn't call him with the burner phone.
Because
Yeah.
he wouldn't have
So
recognized
it's
the burner phone.
The burner phone got fucked, but
Yeah.
my regular
Yeah.
phone. Okay, so I'll
Yeah. You'll need a new screen protector, but it's fine.
yeah. Julie, what is it?
Holy shit, man, you sound real rough. What's up?
I don't even know where to start.
Look, fine.
How's your hearing? Just...
I'll start then.
A little tinnitus.
And you hear his tone goes quite a bit lower. Look, I started looking into things, and so it says DARPA, but
Oh my god.
there's this security clearance I've never seen before. MJST. Any idea what that means? Let me tell you. Did a little bit more digging around. I know you're not the one for conspiracy theories and bullshit, but Majestic fucking 12. You heard of them, right?
Yeah, Julie, I heard of Majestic 12.
That's a clearance that's not even supposed to exist on the books, and here it is.
You double check this information, Julie. You ran it through. You're not bullshitting me.
No. I checked a ton of others. The majority of them had it redacted. Somebody missed this one.
God damn it.
And at that, it was just the security clearance. Had to pull some strings, friends, who are actually connected to DARPA to get this information. Shit, man, I'm worried for them too.
Listen, Julie, thanks. I really appreciate it. You should probably drop this shit. I don't want you to get any sort of deeper into this. If this is, God, I can't believe you're fucking saying this. This conspiracy bullshit. Just don't even mess with it.
Give me a human.
Okay.
You can do it.
73 out of 80.
You understand that tone that he's giving you. That, yeah, don't worry, I'll drop it, nod, and a wink. He always gets to the bottom of things.
He's gonna be dead tomorrow. Okay, I think knowing him enough, I would hear that.
Yeah, I'll drop it, man. Don't worry.
I'm serious, Joey. Fucking drop it.
You know I can't drop something like this.
I just survived an explosion.
Julie, do you know what thermite smells like?
Yeah, I worked a couple of cases.
I'm also intimately familiar with what fucking thermite smells like because of the shit that we're dealing with right now, okay? Look, I can't tell you what to do. I've never been able to tell you what to do. If you're gonna do this, please, watch your ass.
Hey, I'm sending you something.
More thermite.
Let me know what you think.
A fruit basket?
Pictures, you idiot. You know, come on. You see like old text messages pop up. And there is pictures of people. You get a total of 4 different pictures. So I'll just go through the list of them. You've got a tall, handsome, probably in his early 30s.
Man. Yeah.
Bit of a tan.
Okay.
You've got a woman, probably in her 40s. Looks military by the picture. You've got another white male, again, probably in his 40s. And you've got another, again, white male, probably in his 50s, though. All of them look like... all of them except for that first one I mentioned.
The handsome one.
Yeah. Look like they're... like, these are military photos of somebody.
Okay.
Yeah.
But not like they were military prisoners. Like that's just...
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, these are people you'd expect to see. Like, you're seeing the bottom of a uniform in the picture.
Yeah, okay.
Headshots
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
things. Yeah.
Okay.
Those portfolio kind of shots.
Yeah.
Where is Bondi? Where are you?
Probably a room or two over.
Okay. Am I in a condition to get out of bed?
Yeah. You've got, like, bandages all over.
Oh,
You're
are we at
mobile.
the hospital?
Yeah.
Okay,
Like, this has
'cause-
been 4 hours after
Okay.
surgery to remove bits of shrapnel, bandaging, that kind of stuff.
Because I probably
Probably
had
got me.
barely because
Yeah.
I only took 3 points of damage or
You
2
probably got
points
me
of
in a
damage if
waiting
I had
room
the
or
body
something.
armor.
Yeah. 2 of you are probably
I'm just
seated together.
got bandages.
Oh, I'm
They
gonna
give you a full, like, hour run through
I'm
test and
telling
stuff.
you to, when I leave, make sure
Yeah.
Maeve checks you again tonight.
limp over to Bondi and sort of toss him the phone. Any of those look like your guys you saw outside the
Jesus,
apartment?
man.
Yeah.
2 of them look very familiar. A
Haven't
little
seen
bit
it.
older than they were in the picture, but those were the people you saw walking down the steps.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't seen anybody in your condition since active duty.
I'll drink it in. Okay, so
It's like they fixed you up pretty good though. So it's like looking you over.
yeah, it's strange enough. It hurts just the same. We got
You're pretty doped up.
my guy at the bureau. He called me, sent me some information. You guys heard of Majestic 12?
Would I roll to see if that sounds familiar?
Where's the conspiracy theories and bullshit roll?
Unnatural.
Well, not really.
Not quite. Yeah, that's kind of a weird one.
It's an occult. Pure intelligence, right?
Yeah, I'd say occult would work.
I do have a
History
20%
could
in
work.
occult.
Yeah, occult, history, or just raw
No,
intelligence.
history is more intelligence.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
I'll use my extra 10% in occult that I got from being adapted to violence.
Nice. You've seen some shit.
Probably failed it. Yep. 69.
Nice.
Add that mark.
Nice.
Congrats.
Draw a small dick next to.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Did you roll? If so, what did you roll? What are you rolling? What type of check is this?
Intelligence, I guess.
Okay, so if you're doing intelligence, it's going to be less information.
Yeah.
But since int times 4 tends to be higher, you've got a better chance to be like, yeah, I've heard of that.
Nope.
They've never heard of it. You deal with real threats, not conspiracy theories.
I make my retroactive check when I first heard him say that. 36 out of 85.
Good enough.
Yeah, you've heard of Majestic 12. In fact, with some of your contacts with Delta Green, rumor has it the original Delta Green kind of went cowboy, and some people think parts of Majestic 12 left with them.
Okay.
That's unsubstantiated rumor, but maybe that's less rumor.
Long story short, Majestic 12 is up there with fucking MK Ultra and all the other government bullshit.
Your phone does a little burp. You see text message, another photograph.
Well, Bondi's got
Yeah.
the phone, so he would see that.
Okay.
Open it. Opens up to a washed out photo showing a much younger Greaves with a job title: Geneticist, Project Core, Director of Non-Human Pathology. Reports to Croft J, Director.
Director.
Is that how I think it is?
Project Core, C-O-R-E.
And this is also
CORE.
Majestic 12?
Well, I mean,
Just
there's
what you
there's
see there.
really no way that's just what
Yeah.
what Julius mentioned. Long story short, we got DARPA involved in this, top to bottom. We got military trained agents who I think at this point we can safely say were responsible for the shooting of Wells, the bombing of the strip mall, and now the murder of Torres. Because they were involved in something that Greaves have been working on.
This has got to be why Troya told us not to ask any more about what he'd been into before in his ghost period, because if we keep poking around, we're going to be next. We gotta... Whatever is going on here, if we want to make it out of this, we need to refocus our investigation on the house and nothing else. Let the local police handle this. We gotta get back to the reason we were sent out here. You two have already survived an explosion, and we haven't even gotten to the crime scene yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
I take it your buddy can handle himself?
I sure so hope so.
This is what it looks like when a cleanup doesn't require quietness.
Let's just get back to the hotel if
Yeah.
you guys are in good enough shape for that. For it all being... Well, I guess, I don't know, being all in one place would necessarily be a good thing, but...
Well,
we're on edge now.
Is this where we requisition higher defense?
Or like more body
What are
armor?
you talking about, Bonnie?
We can find some used firearms, you know.
Military surplus, gun shows, this is America.
I mean, I've got...
Some evidence lockered rifles.
Oh dear.
That's a little
Padlock
bit
is
easier to track.
Yeah.
Gun show, way less of a problem.
Is there a green box nearby?
I mean, I've got my revolver.
Yes, the real question is, do you know where it is? Because the majority of the time, green boxes are held by individual agents and aren't shared for
True.
security's purposes.
What's
so
our
if
handler's
any of
name?
you happen to have one, Troya,
Troy, that's right.
Yeah.
So I think
you
I'm
could
gonna
try to contact her for
Would
information.
would any of us know about the practice of greenboxing?
He's been...
I've-
you've been
I
here long
feel
enough,
like you've been with the
you-
project long enough that you know the basic. You probably don't have one because you
Oh
haven't
no,
been
no,
long
I don't
enough.
have one.
Yeah.
No, no.
But green boxes are basically designed to be a untraceable dumping site
Sure.
for
Yeah.
supernatural weapons and just backup stuff.
So I know that much. I just
Yeah.
It's a box with some shit in it that we probably shouldn't mess with.
Yeah, it's
Under
often like you
Donald's
go to
certain
a
things.
storage locker,
Yeah.
rent one out for God knows how long under false identification and that kind of stuff.
I think I've also.
Pay for it years in
I've-
advance.
What
So
time is it?
I've implied hours.
You're looking at
experience
like
too,
10
so-
p.m. now. After the explosion, there's been a lot of like cleanup and
So I think I'm
time
going to
working
make
through
a
the
call to
hospital
Treya.
system.
I'm probably gonna get a call from
Okay.
my fiance.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
Call Oliver. Ask about a green box.
Okay, so call into Troy.
I gotta
This
take
Virgo,
this.
which is
That's very
my
Olivia
code
Munn.
name.
Virgo, I'll write that down.
Are you a Virgo?
In real life, I am.
No.
Gaius, maybe not. So you're taking your call from Torres.
D12.
Yeah, Oscar Torres.
Yeah.
It's not 9, so no. Like, but it
Probably
is
very
close.
irritated with him.
Give me a sanity check real quick.
Me?
Yeah.
Sure.
We'll put this one as helplessness.
Okay.
So if you fail
The
it, you know what
doctors
to
have done the
mark.
job I was wanting to.
I need to beat what?
Helpless.
13?
Yeah, your current sanity.
No, that's willpower.
Yeah.
Your current sanity is
That's 60.
60.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, Jesus.
Pretty rough.
Come on. I haven't succeeded a check yet today.
It's okay.
Good, 49 out of 60.
Just 1 point.
So now your current is 59. And so that'll be your new total,
Got it.
At or under.
trying to go at or under.
Fiance's a little torn up. Like second cousin, twice removed. Died today.
Because they're all related.
Twice removed. Probably know each other through marriage. Who knows? All right, but yeah, you call into Troya. Yes.
Things have escalated. Is there a green box nearby?
What type of materials are you looking for?
Looks like paramilitary have been looking after suspects and persons of interest.
I fucking told your group not to dig into that. You see what happens?
Understandably, but when bombs go off in the city,
If you have been doing too much digging, they will be on to you next. I need some results before I get you a green box for this. Because right now, I'm not seeing much in terms of results, and I am getting a lot on the news.
we're not the
Which-
ones making the news.
Granted, I understand that. But you're starting to tie yourself into that. And if you get cleaned up as somebody else's loose end, that means somebody's going to look into what you were doing here. Don't get me wrong, Seattle's a great place to take a vacation. But when an entire FBI task force cooperating with the CDC gets wiped out, Delta Green can't exactly handle some of those situations as easily as we would like to. So get me some hard evidence. Make a green box of your own with whatever you've determined needs to be kept away from the public. Give me something to work with, and I'll give you that green box location.
Roger.
Outside of that, you're on your own. You've got that company card.
No, this is Patrick.
Use that to get the materials you need. Be resourceful. If you get things cleaned up, and you're still in somebody's crosshairs, I'll see what I can do about getting you a green box that will keep you alive. Did I make myself clear?
Crystal.
Good.
Meth.
Can we get some crystal meth?
Yes, actually.
We're on a time crunch. We don't have to take time to sleep.
Long days.
All right. Anything else people want to do before you call this the end of day 2 of your investigation?
Well, after I get done with the phone call with my fiance, I'll call probably you because I spent more time with you.
Okay.
Inform you of
Given the stressful event that's just happened, and that one of my bonds is Alcoholics Anonymous, I should probably call my sponsor.
That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
Who's your sponsor?
I have no idea. I have not put down a specific name yet.
So I guess I'll call you guys and tell you specifically that we need to refocus our investigations around the house if we don't want to end up dead.
What, Dad? No shit! She told us! She told us!
That's what I'm saying. I had to kind of knock it into these two boneheads.
Ah, god damn it.
Yeah. I think as long as we do that, we can get this over with.
Okay.
Just
okay.
get the hell out of Seattle because I'm really starting to hate this city.
Yeah, I already do.
It's always raining.
There's buildings blowing up all over the place.
And the hipsters.
How are Maeve and Lauren? You doing okay?
Maybe still sleeping. Lauren's
Yeah.
cool
Maeve's
as a
probably
chicken.
like been up and
Yeah.
working on stuff.
Okay.
She's effectively like transitioned to going nocturnal
Okay. You get
for
yourself
the rest
tested?
of this.
Get yourself tested again yet?
Give me a luck check. It's a 50-50.
57.
57. All right. No, you haven't tested yet today.
No, I haven't tested yet today. I'll
Scratched it.
Okay,
Get
get
on.
that done.
I'll get that done.
Thanks. We'll be back soon.
Alright.
Well, Graves, congratulations. We've been cleared to make our own green box.
So we're fucked, is what you said.
Results, and we can get it upgraded.
Less
That's what
less cleared, more demands that you do it so you're worth saving.
Exactly what I said.
Well,
You need to
well,
just do what we were saying.
I'm more saying, I got the card. We're buying stuff. We've been cleared to use it.
Okay, so you call your sponsor Bakhol Sekai. It's an African immigrant.
What was the name?
Baako
BAAKO.
Ko Sekai.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. Graves, how are you doing today?
Does morphine count as alcohol? No.
No, it does not, actually. That is good for you.
Not,
You will feel better.
not great, Baco.
Have you had a relapse?
Not yet.
You've been thinking about it, though. I can tell in your voice it has been a very stressful day for you.
Yeah, it has.
Alcohol, morphine.
Look, remember, you are stronger than this.
Is that it? Is that all you got?
Googling, please wait.
Look,
What is the 12-step program?
I'm almost. I'm bleeding out of a couple of holes. I can't
God.
Plug them up with some
explain
alcohol.
to you
Oh my.
the fucking day that I've had. All right, you know what I do for a living.
Well, look, maybe the program can help you in other ways as well. Do you think that you can admit that you are powerless over this current situation? That sometimes our lives become unmanageable?
No, fuck no, no.
God.
I'm here precisely to kind of put the pin in that.
Now again, understand, it's not that things cannot be controlled. That you are not... It is more so that you are powerless over what happens around you. There are some things that simply you cannot control in that way. There is much you can do, but you must admit there are some things
I can put
that you cannot.
a bottle of vodka in my mouth.
Sure. I mean, I can't figure
can't
skate.
control that.
I can't. I can't. I'm not good with other languages. I mean, I know Arabic, great, but other than anything else is just garbage.
All right, that's a start.
Arabic, really.
Yeah, I have a 20 in Arabic. It's not bad. It's like conversational. Right?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's not fluent, not terribly fluent, but conversational.
Okay, fine. There are things that I can't control. I got it. That's not. Is that what you wanted?
It's what I'm trying to help you with. Yes?
Yeah.
Remember step 2. There is a greater power here. something that could restore sanity to us. There's a guidance to all things.
You know what? I don't know about that. You know what? I'm gonna go along with you. I'm gonna drink the Kool-Aid because the alternative is
Non-alcoholic Kool-Aid.
not great.
Wait, there's alcoholic Kool-Aid?
Just
make it.
vodka. Yeah. Vodka and Kool-Aid. It's Power Punch.
Look, it's clear that, as you have said, you have had a very rough day. You need to find something to believe in, something more powerful than yourself. It does not need to be some god or deity. It can be a virtue. It can be something which people rallied behind. Perhaps you, Mr. FBI man, perhaps it is justice. Perhaps it is solving the unknown. But there must be something greater. Something that can guide you through these difficult times. Something you can lean on. Perhaps it is a partner, friends. Perhaps you simply need time to meditate on that.
Look, you know I don't meditate. You know I'm not great at that.
Not literally. Think about it. What guides you? What pulls you forward in your day-to-day? Think on that tonight. And feel free to call me again in the morning.
Yeah. Thanks.
Of course. I'm always here.
And the phone call.
Okay. Recover a point of sanity.
Nice.
Oh, so now I'm back up
Yeah.
to 70.
Aw.
Well, but yeah, I'm not at 69 anymore. That's just
It's no longer nice.
the sexiest thing.
Don't worry, we'll be changing that quickly, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so any other final remarks before the night?
Apparently, Yargrave Torres was a distant relative of my fiance, so that was a fun phone call.
Great.
And when you get home, when you get back to the hotel, I gladly tell you I'm so glad we're done with this investigation into these explosions, and the local police department is handling it.
We're not done with the investigation.
What?
We're investigating the house. We gotta leave the explosions alone.
We're looking at the house and everything that's tied up into that.
No.
Look, maybe we just get to the house, we see what's there, and we go from there.
You didn't do something stupid like tell them you were taking over the investigation, did you?
Not yet.
The ATF technically is handling that. Technically.
We got person first on the scene, Graves' death. Fucking incinerated.
Greaves.
Right? Graves. God damn it.
It's okay.
Something got jarred loose.
We have explosions across the city. We have fucking paramilitary action.
Our own boss is telling us this is not our problem.
It becomes our problem when innocent people are getting hurt in the course of this investigation.
It becomes our problem when we're getting hurt in the course of this investigation.
Then leave.
And we are.
I didn't want to be here in the first place.
I don't think she's allowed to.
Then you can stay here at the hotel for all I give a shit. I need information, and I need to make sure that other people are not going to be hurt by these fucking lunatics.
Oh, other people are going to be hurt by these lunatics. There's nothing you can do about that.
Thank you, Lauren.
Doctor, shut the fuck up.
You are going to get yourself killed, and you're going to get me killed just by association.
Guys,
God damn it!
Guys.
Can I lose a point of sanity?
Let's see. That would be under helplessness. Let's see.
Roll for it.
Definitely roll for it.
81 out of 69.
Nice.
Not nice anymore.
Yeah, take 1d6 sanity.
1d6.
Mark the helplessness. 4. No longer at 69.
Oh.
Aw.
Only at 65, which is not as nice.
A much less nice number.
Mediocre.
Should have been 64. That's a nice number.
Listen,
That's not bad, yeah.
let's just go to the house tomorrow. We need to go there regardless of what we're looking into. I think that'll help us regroup, figure out where to go from here.
Fine.
You two literally survived an explosion today. We've been poking you with a needle every 12 hours to make sure you didn't get some kind of weird infection. Everybody's a little burned out right now.
I need some sleep anyway.
Yeah, we just need to calm down, get some sleep, go to the house tomorrow.
Now give me a Diet Coke and an ice pack.
Okay.
One Diet Coke and ice pack later.
I'm not getting him shit.
Everybody gets 1d6 willpower back for a full night's rest, if you have spent any.
Good.
Can I borrow that D6 again?
Let's see.
What would we be spending those on?
One.
again?
I don't know.
I mean,
Because you only spent one for
That's probably-
waking up.
That's probably something worth looking
it's
into.
like magic and shit, isn't it?
Probably.
Most of the time we've
Anybody
used
here a
it for
wizard?
staying up.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Kill radiuses.
Powering through exhaustion and all that.
Yeah, there may be other uses, but I don't know what they are.
Maybe push rolls.
Maybe.
No, I don't think so.
How to repress insanity. Reduce willpower and bond by 1d4. So there's an option.
Exhaustion, sleeplessness, that sort of thing. Resist unwanted persuasion. Resist the effects of terror and mental disorders. Keep going despite exhaustion, and on rare occasions to resist or enact unnatural rituals.
All right, then. So,
So a
it
lot
sounds
of
like you
your-
can use them for sanity checks.
Maybe not even sanity. Maybe like the mental disorders. It might be.
You gain a disorder when you go insane.
Yeah, when you hit your breaking point,
Yeah.
which you aren't fully insane. And
Yep.
so that's when you start to
Is that part-
encounter problems. And so, like, one of them's like insomnia. And so you might have to use willpower for that.
Well, those are not necessarily directly correlated, but yeah, they do.
Because it sounded
there
less
you go.
like the like stress checks,
Okay.
but
How to reduce sand lost. Project the trauma. Reduce willpower, a bond, and sand loss by 1d4. So you go, holy shit, I almost got blown up.
This is
This is
Bonnie's
Julius's fault. Yeah. One of your bonds loses 1d4, your
Sure.
willpower loses 1d4, and you don't lose that much sanity. But we
Okay.
haven't had that many hits, so
Yeah. So.
okay, that makes
makes sense we haven't needed to use it yet. Okay.
Cool.
So, night goes fairly uneventful for the most part. Probably some difficult nights for the two people who nearly got exploded, but outside of that,
You guys need
Just
anything in the
the
night?
hero.
Wake me up. I'm used to it.
you wake up October 5th, 8 a.m. Alarms are beeping.
How close is the moon?
The what?
The moon.
Dawn of the second day. A quick run through breakfast and a drive out to the house, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
About 9, maybe 9:30 by the time you get there. You arrive at 24th Drive, Southeast Street, Mill Creek, Washington. House looks to be built probably in the 90s, looks relatively new. It's a small 4-bedroom rambler without a basement to it. It's at the end of a cul-de-sac surrounded by high evergreen trees. Has a small fence, has a small fenced yard in back, and you can see the back of the house. And the houses on the cul-de-sac are surrounded by a green belt and a drainage system.
Nice place.
Quick question before we go on.
Mhm.
The hospital stay,
Hmm?
did that do anything for my health points, or is it just like
Yeah.
keeping me stable?
Yeah. I don't actually know how much that would recover. I'm probably going to say a solid 1d6 might feel right, but
Oh, I got the book
get the
here.
books, yeah. I'm sure a night's rest probably recovers 1 at the very least.
Healing, there we go.
Yep.
Treatment, medical care in a hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Doctor can attempt a surgery or medicine test once per week. If treatment succeeds, the patient recovers 1d4 hit points. This is doubled with a critical, and a fumble inflicts 1d4 damage.
Okay, so I'll roll for them. 19, so it'll just be a D4 of health recovered.
Okay.
Nice.
So what are the odds
They did a good
that
job.
this house is trapped as well?
Trapped?
It means she means it's
So can I have
explodable.
done
It's
like a
been
first aid
under
or medicine check on myself and recovered the one hit point
surveillance.
I lost?
Since the whole time.
I would assume
That's
with
random,
first aid
but-
and a night's rest, you'd be able to recover the one.
Cops
You
have
want
been
me to
keeping an
actually
eye on
roll
this
it?
place, but
Yeah,
that's
just to
no
make sure.
guarantee. Somebody who
60 out of 60.
hasn't been blown up in the
You're able to
last
patch yourself up.
24 hours, maybe go try the door.
I can do that.
I'll
You've
go.
still got the police tape set up around here. You can see there's a police officer like across the way in the cul-de-sac, just sitting there keeping an eye on it. You probably flash badges as you approach, anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, I got some training with heavy weapons, but not demolition, so.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Okay.
What about the two of you?
Give me alertness as you are opening that door. I mean, not that there's actually a door there. It's been
Yeah.
Yeah.
partially knocked off its hinges.
God damn. I succeeded a single roll today. It's a 69 though.
That's gotta be it.
We're
Can we
getting a
add
lot
that
of
to
them
the
this
crackle
session.
Anytime you roll a 69, it counts.
We're getting a lot of them this session.
It may not be a success, but it is nice. Noise.
You get an extra perk for being nice.
Right.
Okay, so you poke your head in the front room.
I could just roll the 69 too.
And you almost trip over. In fact, you step on one of these small plastic cups, kind of crunch it down to the ground, look down at it, kind of shocked and a little worried.
It blows.
Yeah, you take a moment to kind of like catch your breath there. You're like, okay. But otherwise, no, nothing else. You're looking at, just the inside of a nice one-story home.
Okay, I'll kind of wave everybody in.
I guess it'd be two-story if it's got 4 bedrooms.
No,
Not necessarily.
no.
Could be,
You
but
can fit it. A lot of
Very
ranches
wide.
are 3
Yeah.
to 4.
Safe. It's like a ranch.
It's a rambler.
quote-unquote rambler. Googling.
It's still pretty easy to fit
Yeah.
4
Yeah, my wife's
bedrooms.
parents have a 4-bedroom, 1-story. Just because of how
Probably-
it's laid out.
What makes a house a rambler?
'Cause it's probably 4.
Also known as a
4-1.
ranch style.
Yeah, that's
There you
most
The
first-story
exact same
house.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a one-story.
Okay.
It's
But-
just a big one-story.
That's like 80% of all first-story houses are ranches.
All right.
It's a
So yeah,
lot.
dining room, kitchen kind of displays out in front of you. You notice these little cups make their way towards the garage.
Okay. Are they like...
And markers for like crime scenes.
Yeah, they're the little like plastic ones.
I would
I
look
gotta
around
review where
to see
everything
if I
was.
can
It was
find
the
an
boiler
office.
room where the footprints went to.
Mm-hmm.
And the fireplace had the secret lab, right?
And I think Griffin was found in the kitchen. Doesn't say actually. Find another body, Amanda Griffin. It says that they photographed small bloody footprints in the kitchen near Griffin's body, so I would assume her body was in the kitchen.
Makes
That's
sense.
sensible.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Checks out.
So I'm gonna go to the kitchen.
Okay. You wander into the kitchen.
I don't know if anybody's coming with me.
I'll go with you.
Sure.
There's a clear spot where somebody bled out. Outside of that, you've got your like chalk outlines on the little police markings. Catch a couple of those footprints again under these cones. They're these plastic cups.
Is there some kind of roll I can make to determine anything about the footprints?
Sure. What type of roll do you want to make? How are you looking at this?
Well,
Footprint analysis.
I could do forensics or medicine.
What do you feel like?
Would medicine give me a better idea of what kind of thing made this?
Right, fit too.
Yeah.
Is it a footprint or is
I
it
got a
like a shoe
60%
print?
in biology. I don't know if that would be any help here.
Wait, a flat 60?
Yeah.
I got a 60.
You can
bio.
definitely, yeah, like you could make a biology roll if you're trying to figure out what would make this.
Okay, yeah, I'll do biology.
Okay.
And you got a 60 in biology? You can assist.
Sure.
So that'll give me a what?
Plus
1?
20 on that.
Nice.
Yep. 10% for every 30 has been my rough roll.
But I still failed because I got an 84 out of 80.
God damn it.
Curse you! You look at it and you're like, footprints, yeah, sure. Maybe like a human child. It's weird though.
It seems like a human child.
Is there blood leading anywhere else, or is it just it bled out here and then there's footprints going away?
Yeah.
So she didn't, like, wander around the house at all before this?
Nope.
Okay. So whatever killed her right here. Keeps our crime scene pretty small. Yeah, we should probably check out the driveway. That's where his body was.
Okay.
I know we were just outside, but we kind of missed it. So eager to get in here.
Hey Graves, want to give me an idea roll?
I was gonna check the lab in the
Of course.
The boiler room.
I'll join you in the lab.
I think it's just the intelligence times 5 is idea.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the two of us are going to go back out to the driveway.
59 out of 85.
Nice.
You think back to what Torres said. There were crows eating at the body? Should probably check around for wildlife. Maybe ask some neighbors.
Okay. You guys, I'm gonna go canvass the area, talk to some of the locals, see if they saw anything, heard anything. Plus, it'll be easier on my fucking back.
Okay, so you're going to the lab?
I'm going to the
You're
lab.
going to the lab? Okay. Do either of you have an appropriate science skill
Nope.
to like biochemistry,
Nope.
biology?
So maybe
I
I should go to the
just
lab,
going
and one of
to-
you guys should go with her
'Cause
to
I'm
the
just
driveway.
mostly just searching if like that chlorine honey sweet scent is.
You should go to the driveway then with her, and I'll go check out the lab. Because that's where our funky smelling body was.
Probably.
And I was just going to
You
search
can
the lab
always
to see if
come
there was
back
any
in. There's probably not going to be
information
much out there.
that was left out about.
Okay, so you give me a search. You're popping in for smell.
I have medicine. I have 60% biology, 50% chemistry.
So-
I've got pharmacy.
Even at a glance, your biology skill gives you the following. You can tell this is as close to a biosafety level 4 lab as Greaves could manage. A recessed, highly specialized and expensive air conditioning and scrubbing unit processes all of the air, releases purified air throughout 2 mundane-looking vents in the roof. The room has negative air pressure, meaning that air is pulled in faster than it can escape. This unit was also plugged into a redundant automatic gas-powered backup electrical source,
Okay, so the power
which you're able to
fails,
find in here.
So if the power fails, it'll keep running.
Yep. The quick look around, most of the work has been done in what is known as a cabinet laboratory, with the gloves to work on a sample with a secure workspace. Cabinet is highly expensive piece of specialty equipment. You're noticing they've got some pulled and marked odd white or blue-white samples that were recovered from the cabinet, as well as various notes. At least there's a record of those. It appears those ended up on that doomed Atlanta flight. So those are probably charred at this point. And that's probably where that initial white-blue vial went, or was originally found, was in here. You can definitely find some like pictures of the scene before they started pulling things out of it and match some of those up without much of a problem. You want to give that a search?
41 out of 60.
Nice. You do some poking around. Place has been scrubbed pretty clean in terms of like valuable evidence, but you do notice that there is a hole in the right glove that goes into the cabinet. looks as though it has been breached.
So whatever was supposed to be contained in the cabinet was not contained in the cabinet.
Mm-hmm. And you notice a thin sheen of blood that's located on the window of the cabinet itself, on the outside.
On the outside.
Very thin, like, streak.
So, like, her hand was in there. His hand was in there. Something poked the finger,
Pulled
the hand
out, and then to brace themselves, and then kind of as they pulled it off, made that mark.
Okay. And is there still anything inside of that container?
No.
Lila Dallas.
I would relay this information to you, given that you are the more chemically oriented of the two of us.
Okay. Well, that certainly explains the outbreak of whatever the hell it was.
He didn't follow his own protocols.
So we're looking at something tiny and sharp, and probably bipedal.
Because it also broke out of the vial in the airplane. If it's a similar thing.
World's pointiest salamander.
Very sharp tongue.
I'm just amoeba.
Wonder if Graves is going to turn up anything on the neighbors. I mean,
Meanwhile,
I'm honestly surprised we haven't heard anything about neighbors ending up ravaged too.
So, this box that's 2 gloves, yeah?
yeah,
Yeah, it's like you put it in.
Which one had the hole?
right hand.
Right.
And that's
Okay.
the one that he still has, right?
No.
No, the left hand was the one
Left
he
hand
still
still
had.
has. Okay.
Still has the left hand and his feet. So he lost. I mean, the
Well,
only
the rest of
appendage
it.
that he lost was the one that got stabbed.
Well, the rest of his body
Was
turned into
hard.
goo.
Yeah. Except for all of the appendages that didn't get stabbed.
Left hand and feet.
Weren't we supposed
Sounds
to go back
more
to the
like
body? Weren't we
circulatory
supposed to go back to the
system. It
coroner's
just
and
didn't
check on
reach
the girlfriend's body and see if
opposite
it had
ends
mutated?
of his
Yeah.
body.
We forgot that, didn't we?
Surely somebody at the coroner's office would have called, "Hey, you know
Yeah.
that body that you looked at? It's goo now."
Yeah.
Yeah.
He walked up and left. I mean, to be fair, they've got it like closed away off to the side for you, so it's not getting a lot of attention.
Well, sure.
But you know.
No, the lab's blown up.
So Graves.
I'm gonna go talk to the next door neighbors, McCready and Postway.
Okay. Elizabeth McCready opens the door. Kind of looks you up and down. Yes, may I help you?
There's a badge.
Oh my. You
Agent
must-
Graves, FBI.
You're here about the Greaves. Interesting. How may I help you, sir?
Just have a couple of questions that I'd like to ask you, may I
Of
come in?
course. Yes. Please. She sees you in. Like, she's rich enough that she literally has a sitting room for you to go in.
Yeah.
Tea almost ready. Well, what may I do to help you?
I just have some questions about your neighbor, Greaves.
Oh, yes. A strange man. Often frightened. I would consider him very much so a lost soul.
What sort of behavior would give you that impression?
Oh, he always keeps those floozies around. You know how it is with those unchristian folk. You have heard of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, yes?
Oh God.
I'm familiar with that.
He's actually step 2.
So if I'm understanding it correctly, Mrs. McCready, you're saying that he brought home what appeared to you to be
Prostitutes, yes.
All right.
Seem to really like one of them.
I will
He
give a
literally
rough
married
description
her.
of Amanda Griffin.
Yes, that's the one.
I see.
They were literally married.
Okay.
Or no, they weren't married
Live-in
yet.
girlfriend.
Live-in
Live-in
girlfriend.
girlfriend.
I forgot about that. So pretty close.
Mhm.
So, how exactly would you describe your relationship
When are they
with Mr.
prostitutes? And
Greaves?
when are they girlfriend? When do you stop paying for?
I would find it difficult to find the right word. It is a
I think when they moved
situation
in,
of
they became your
ambivalence.
sugar baby.
It is clear that I am displeased with how he carries
Now
himself, but
culture
I understand
follows,
that we have been called to save these people.
So you haven't had many conversations with Graves, is what you're saying?
Not too many, no. Only when I've been out. And she kind of like catches a little bit. Walking my dog. It's... You haven't seen him in your investigation, have you?
What does the dog look like?
He's a Cocker Spaniel. King? She shows you a poster of the dog. He's been missing since October the 2nd.
I'll keep an eye out for him.
Take the poster.
So I understand that...
Forcibly is handing
well,
it
there's
to you.
probably plenty of them around
Yeah.
the neighborhood.
Take it anyway.
Now that you're thinking about it, like, you think back and you're like, there were actually a number of posters stuck to...
There's a poster like right above the cop
Yeah,
that we
keep
could
that
see.
one.
Missing dog.
On the evening of September 30th,
Yes?
on the morning of October 1st, did you notice anything unusual coming from next door? Hear any sounds? I mean, see any
No.
strange lights? Or...
I was asleep in that given time.
I wanted to question Mrs. McCready, and I'll leave you be.
Of course.
Have you seen a lot of crow activity? Maybe
Oh.
around?
There have been a number around here recently, yes.
Is that typical in this
Ugly little
neighborhood?
birds. No. It's just been within the week, I would say.
I see. Okay. Well, thank you for your time, Mr. McCready, and I will, I'll kind of pat my jacket. I will keep an eye out for King.
Yes.
Was it? Yeah,
Thank you very much.
of course.
Are you currently part of the Church of Latter-day Saints?
Oh no!
I've got a pamphlet I'm looking over at the hotel. So,
Oh, good.
yeah.
Someone else has already reached out to you.
Yes, they absolutely have.
Excellent.
Once
Yeah.
you get in, you can't get out.
Well, thank you for your time.
She politely sees you to the door, closes it behind you.
Jesus Christ.
That's one neighbor.
It's so good.
I hope you go over to the other neighbor and they're like,
Mormon?
that's
Jehovah's
one.
Witness.
No, I was thinking like
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
like this like stoner college dropout playing
Just
really
the
loud,
flat
obnoxious
opposite.
music.
Yes, Marty Postway.
He's got like an iguana on his shoulder.
Sure, yeah.
My favorite part about that is that it specifically says McCready then attempts to recruit the agents into the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Of course.
Because of course.
Of course. I mean, I guess I'll go over to Marty's place.
Okay.
Knock on the door.
Knock on the door. Door opens up. Looks like a guy who probably works for Microsoft. He's like late 20s, early 30s.
We are in Seattle.
It's late enough that he's like properly dressed and ready for the day. Yeah, can I help you?
Agent Graves, FBI.
All right, yeah.
Just have a couple questions for you.
Ask away.
You are Marty Postwhite, is that correct?
Yes, that's right. That's me.
I'm investigating the. Well, you surely heard by now about Mr. Greaves' death.
Yeah, definitely.
There is some interest in the bureau that we sort of take a look at a couple of these loose ends and threads. Could be nothing.
This will probably interest you. And he pulls out his phone, flips through it pretty quickly. Picture shows you a brown Lexus parked out front. You can see like the driver is very clearly like looking in a direction.
Of Greaves' home? Parked outside of Greaves' home?
Yeah, he fills that part in for you.
Okay.
He's like,
All right.
I've been keeping an eye on this guy. Like, I don't know what it was. Last couple of days before, Greaves died, somebody was like sitting out there just kind of staring at his house. It's real weird behavior. Took some photos, reached out, showed it to a private investigator. Tried to figure out what was going on, you know?
And nothing?
I haven't heard back yet, but...
What was the name of the private investigator?
Wells?
I see.
Mrs. Wells, I think it was. What was her first name?
Of course.
You see a target appear on this man's forehead.
Right.
And Washington is a front and back
His head
license plate
explodes.
state.
What, if I may ask, what was it? Simply a sense of neighborhood watch duty that you were taking a look at this car? What's your relationship with, or what was rather your relationship with Mr. Greaves?
Just neighbor. Like, we never really hung out too much. He's, too old, man. Focused on other stuff.
Mm-hmm. No extended conversations with Mr. Greaves at any point?
No, not really. Other folks in the neighborhood talk about it.
Have you
But
seen this dog?
I'm getting there. What sort of work do you do, Mr. Postway?
Software architecture over at Microsoft campus. Bit of a drive from here, but I always like the neighborhood.
Different kind of
Sure.
cult.
Yeah.
The tribe, as they call it.
Both neighbors are in cults.
So you would call
Got so many patents.
you would call your relationship with Greaves barely acquaintances, I imagine would be
Yeah.
appropriate.
I knew the man's name. No, nowadays that's saying something. But
Did you notice anything unusual coming from the Graves residence? Hear anything? See anything on the night of September 30th or the morning of October 1st?
Smell anything?
That's why it was some kind of problem.
no, no.
Where were you about that time period? Say between 11 o'clock September 30th and 5 a.m. October 1st.
We're at a bar. You know how software release parties go. People go a little
No, I
bit
don't.
too hard in the booze, and you just party until somebody kicks you out.
Did you drive?
I got an Uber home around like
Good
a
man.
little after 2 when the bars closed, and I was out for the rest
I'm going
of
to
the
need
night.
the name of the address of the bar, and if you have the
Sure.
contact for the Uber driver.
Oh, yeah, I got the guy.
Yeah. I'll collect that information.
Passes it on, given a few minutes to collect it.
One more thing, Mr. Postwaitman, I can leave you be.
Yeah.
Have you noticed any unusual activity with the wildlife in the neighborhood? Say, crows, for instance?
I mean, crows have been giving people a weird eye recently, but now that you mention it,
A
like,
weird eye?
yeah, like, animals don't usually stare at people in my, I'm not really an expert, but in my experience. But no, as you were saying, like, a lot of animals have been going missing. Just take a look at any of the posters. There's like 7 or 8 of them in the past couple of days.
Pull out the poster king. Like this?
That's one of them, yeah. Man, she was one of the first, I think, to lose one. But
And when did this happen?
she lost hers October 2nd, I think. There was another one. Muffin went missing that same day. Of course, it's a cat, so they didn't really know until yesterday. Day after, though. So Doris Jacob likes chickens. 5 chickens go missing. Like, that's neighborhood kids up to some weird stuff, man. The McFlys. Their German Shepherd goes. Mr. and Mrs. Arnold. They're on 122 Second. Darby and Snatch, their 2 cats go missing on
This
the
is all-
3rd as well.
This has all happened in the last couple of days.
Yeah. Recently, I heard the Great Dane, Elwood, went missing yesterday.
Getting progressively larger.
Like, there's a dog napper or some sort of pet napper running around this neighborhood, man. We got serious problems.
150-pound dog.
Yeah.
Those things are big.
All right. Thank
They're
you for your
big
time,
puppers.
Mr. Postwaite. If we have any other questions, we'll we'll keep in contact with you.
Of course, yeah.
Try not to leave the country.
I don't
the
plan
area.
on it, man. I mean, Canada's close and all, but I got deadlines.
Well, thank you for your time.
Yeah. Have a good one.
I'm going to call probably Bondi at this point
Mm-hmm.
and explain to him, like, sort of relay the information. Lots of animals gone missing, lots of weird crow activity, and neither of the two next door neighbors knew Greaves to any sort of significant, relationship.
It kind of reminds me of that blood scene that we had saw by the airplane. It looked like an animal, but there was still lots of blood. Maybe I'll check outside for any of the similar signs.
You guys were going to check out the driveway.
Yeah, so you're going to be in the driveway. I want to make a kind of a perimeter of the house and specifically look for wildlife-related sort of
Sure.
stuff.
Give me search or alertness.
Search it is. Well, they're both the same.
Cool.
60 of 70.
All right. I keeping an eye up and down for wildlife. Managed to spot 2 crows kind of sitting next to each other. One of them has a bit of a blue streak in the feathers, while the rest of it's black.
Okay.
You also notice a bit of white on it as well, like the feathers have suddenly heavily grayed.
Okay. Well, I'm not a crow catcher, so I'm
Got a 33 for mine, so.
Well, you do have a gun.
What are you looking for?
I do,
Just
but I
like
don't
a lot-
necessarily
just
want to kill
check
this
the
thing.
backyard,
No, I
kind of
believe me. I thought
looking
of
for similar signs that we had
Oh, yeah.
saw.
You spot the same crows from a different angle.
also firing my pistol in a residential neighborhood for no reason.
Yes.
Especially a neighborhood
Crows
like
are a
this.
reason.
Yeah. Well,
It's
I think there's
rabbit.
a good reason.
Yeah.
It's rabbit.
I mean, there's the police officer. You might be able to work something out with them.
Is there an office in this house?
I'm sure one of the bedrooms got converted into an office. Yeah. But if you're looking at it,
Kind of just any records that he might have kept.
Oh no, that's right.
Looking
we were
through
in the
it,
house. You two were
there's a lot of
driveway.
records pertaining to the patent that he sold. Some financial. You find his personal tax printouts for the past probably 14 years or so, done by H&R Block.
Not TurboTax.
No, it goes into somebody. He's rich. That's what he did.
So, I'm going to tell Bondi to just kind of make sure they don't, just keep an eye on this thing. I'm going to make my way back into the house, and I'm just going to rummage through the kitchen, see if I can find any kind of
What are you going?
crow-likeable food, any kind of tinned meat or any sort of stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
You got any news on the neighbors?
Yeah, they don't know Greaves. God damn it! They don't know Greaves very well. Lots of people have reported pets and wildlife going missing.
I knew it. I knew there had to be something around here that was getting whatever happened to these two.
And I'm
Is
trying
there
to
a bucket outside?
trying to make friends with some crows
Yeah.
right now.
As you're looking at the
Crows.
crows, you're noticing one of them constantly has its head tilted at a 45-degree angle.
You think the crows might literally be responsible for this?
At this point, I'm not going to throw away anything.
I mean, I'm not doubting you either. It's just not something I
following
would
me?
have thought of.
Oh yeah, you move and it's
We did figure out how this
Okay.
got out.
Well, that's
Yeah.
that's why they pay me the medium-sized bucks.
I gotta wonder though, why 2 humans and then just animals after that? Is it because the animals are easier pickings?
I don't know.
Is it because they were in a confined space?
Crows were eating off of Greaves, according to Torres.
It wouldn't have gotten full.
Maybe they're carriers of something.
That's a good point. Oh, jeez, that could be real bad.
Yeah, so I guess I'm gonna
Maybe-
take this fucking bread.
Maybe whatever it is made them hungry, and they've started going after the neighborhood pets.
These are straight up disappearances, not picked off carcasses, so at least not yet.
I mean, from what you guys said you found at the plane crash
So
site,
this
it
man
sounds
really
like whatever
had,
this is
he had no records
capable of eating things
his work
clean.
at all.
Yeah.
Not in his office. Any of that was very clearly kept in his
Clean room.
garage
Is he gonna try to catch some
clean room
crows?
laboratory, and most of that
I
was
guess.
cleaned up, put on that flight to Atlanta.
They're pretty
and
damn smart.
unfortunately
They make it
crashed
seem
and
like
burned.
you got something nice for them. Maybe they'll
Okay.
cooperate.
Yeah, I'll offer them 401k and dental, I guess.
Dental? I'm in.
I'm just saying, they're not all
Beats
fight or
man.
flight instinct. They've got a little bit more there you can work with.
Yeah, I'll flash my badge first.
We'd like to ask you some questions. We're from MIB.
Damn. Okay, so what's the plan?
I guess if I found any,
There's some bread that's like going moldy.
I'm
It's
not
not
looking
quite
for
there yet.
top shelf
Yeah.
stuff. I'm gonna sort of, crumble it up or whatever, and then just sort of like toss a little bit in front of me on the grass and try to get, because I know I'm probably not gonna be able to catch these crows, but at the very least I can draw them closer so I can get a better look at that one that's got the unusual coloring.
Okay.
Is it
So-
the one with the unusual coloring that's got the tilted head?
Yes.
Okay.
Is the other one just
All right,
a
you point
normal
this out
looking
to
crow?
me.
I haven't
Bring it
really
back
been
that
able to
way.
tell yet, but as you spread that out, you can see the crows like stare at it for a bit.
Not
You
quite.
back
We
up
were
a
in the
bit.
driveway, so you
Uh,
left, so
the
I
tilted
imagine I
head one,
followed you.
head remains tilted, kind of flies down and oddly like pecks sideways at
I
this.
don't want to be left alone here.
The other one has a very like uncontrolled
It's
flight
following.
pattern.
I thought you were in the driveway.
Like it's
Well,
front heavy.
he was in the driveway with me,
and
but I do not want to be left alone in
meanders
this place.
down and
So
hops
when he
its way
left, I
over
left.
most of the
Okay.
way.
I want
So you're
to,
probably inside then.
I'm with him.
Okay.
at the driveway. Yeah.
Mhm.
In the backyard.
Okay.
Because they went to the backyard after.
I want to approach.
Okay, so the two of us are still in the house.
Yes.
Okay.
Can I do a biology check on
Give
the
me
crows?
stealth. You need a better view, or you need a photo to work off of.
Actually, I'm gonna
You
go.
could give me like biology to know what you know about crows in general, but what's specific about these? Got to get a bit closer to figure out what's up.
I'm gonna go stand in the
Okay.
front doorway so I
Yeah.
can kind of
I'll
keep an
wait
eye on
and
what
see
you're
what-
up to.
See
See
what he
if
knows.
this plan works.
I'm not trying to be stealthy. I'm just trying to approach
The
slowly.
crow, yeah.
Yeah,
not,
that's-
not threateningly.
That's the idea: to move in such a way that you aren't spooking them.
Did you still want me to roll stealth?
Yeah, I'll give you a plus 20 to it because it's
Should've
not
seen
about
it
being.
It's the
There's
only way
a
that that's going to
chloroform
work.
Lauren, don't
in
go
the
too far into the
film.
house.
60 out of 30, so, or I guess it would be 40 out of whatever. It doesn't work.
Okay, you'll be able to do an alertness to try to like spot some stuff, but outside of that, they're like fluttering back to the trees. Well, one of them is trying to.
33 out of 70.
So that's like crit success.
Crit
That is a crit success. Yes.
Okay. You get a really good look at the strange colored feather one. There's a growth, like a sore, coming out of its neck, which has caused the surrounding feathers to fall out. And in places, there's a wave of like scaly extrusions. You look a little bit like you managed to catch a little bit of it, and the first thing that pops in your mind, give me a sand check.
11 out of 70.
Hey!
Damn,
That's a
nothing.
crit
This
success.
guy's going to live forever.
It looks like fingernails. Human fingernails growing out of that growth.
Cool.
I see. Yep.
You managed to catch that one. With the crit, I'll say you also saw what the other one looked like. It was flying clumsily because it's got the first 3 digits of a human hand growing out of its abdomen like a sore. Give me another sanity check.
Sure. I think that's fair. 98 out of 70.
Oh.
That's
Nope.
a D4.
Okay.
That's unnatural.
D4.
And as you're looking
One.
at it, you can
Good.
clearly
You're
tell
69?
Nice.
Worst.
with that crit,
I
you can
failed
clearly.
that
Yeah,
check,
so it
so-
does It does count. Well, no, that's unnatural. You never adapt to that.
Okay, all right. I didn't
Yeah,
know if
that's just
okay.
always
Yeah.
bad. You can clearly tell there's fingerprints available there if you take that bird down.
You shoot a crow.
Okay,
Maybe
so
back of your head, shoot the crow.
obviously, it looks like that other one.
All we
with
need is
the
a hunting
actual
dog.
fingers are going to be more useful to me than the other.
Than just the
The
fingernail.
growth, yeah.
Yeah.
So
You got a bucket.
stealth is not going to work for me.
I'm just going to read this line. Capturing crows is difficult as they are among the smartest animals on the
Yep.
planet.
Yep.
I
You
know.
have to make it want to be caught.
Or you have to kill it.
I'm
One or
gonna.
the other.
I'm gonna draw my pistol.
All right. Give me a quick idea check.
Can you shoot a bird?
Just a quick one.
53 out of 85.
You should probably tell the police officer what you're doing before you.
Well, I mean, yeah.
So you should send one of us back there.
Are you guys within earshot?
I'm
Yeah.
watching
They're
from
in
the
the back.
doorway to make sure that you don't get killed by crows.
We're in the back.
Not a bad
Let the beat cop know that I'm gonna shoot a bird.
You two are in the backyard,
I'll,
right?
I'll go do that.
Yeah.
So
Wait,
I'm-
you're in the front yard?
No,
No,
just
backyard.
off the side.
They're in the back.
Oh, you're in the
Back,
okay.
back.
So I'm in the back
Heading
door,
to the front.
I guess.
Back door.
Okay.
Office still?
Yeah, I was in the office.
Don't go too far into the house.
Still
Gotta keep an
perusing.
beat on everybody.
Okay.
So I run to the beat cop and tell him.
Except for Maeve, who stole the hotel.
Rolls the window down. Yeah.
There's a crow with an unusual growth that we need to collect.
Bang! Go for it.
Okay. 16 out of 50.
Nice.
Did I? I think just roll a d10 for
Don't shoot the
damage.
fingers
Yeah, it's a
off.
D10 for my weapon.
Pistol.
Yeah.
Yeah. 6.
Oh yeah. Just falls out of the tree.
Excellent.
Don't
Okay.
shoot the fingers off.
The cop like startles a bit and goes, "Oh, okay, that was." Okay.
Yeah, that was us collecting the crow.
Thank you for letting me know. And goes back to trying to relax.
If I were to go back to his lab, are there any of his materials? Would there be like a bag or gloves or something that we could use to pick up the crow without
Oh, yeah.
actually touching it?
Yeah, there's
You have a gunshot.
biohazard containers and stuff
Yeah.
that you'd be able to do. Yeah.
Yeah, so I would
Gloves
grab
and everything.
the things necessary to kind of sanitarily touch this thing and then store it so that we can.
I'm impressed, dude.
And I would take it outside.
Yeah,
Give
it
me a
wasn't too
sanity
bad.
check as you are going to handle the fingered crow.
I did okay at the range.
Phrasing.
I'm pretty sure that's a failure
Yeah, but a small,
1d4
medium-sized
sanity
bird.
loss.
because we don't do zeros. That's yeah.
Small birds are a little
Double
harder to
zero
hit than
is
person,
still-
though, like.
Single
Well-
digits.
This is 100, so
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a critical failure. So that's just going to be a flat 4 if that's all zeros.
Well, if it's
no, just on my.
It's the 00 on the 10.
if it's double
on a
if it's
one.
not double
okay.
zero double zero, then it's not 100. If it's
Okay.
007, that's
Oh,
7.
cool. Then
Okay, then yeah, just a 7 you succeed.
yeah.
So you only take 1 sand loss.
Okay.
Yeah,
From
well, 00
unnatural.
is 100.
Whereas 01 is always a hit.
You got 69?
Yeah.
Nice.
A lot of these in this session.
And I have
A lot of
the
70s going.
bird in a containment bag.
Mm-hmm.
I'll reholster my pistol, obviously.
Nice work.
Yeah, it's not the weirdest thing that's happened to me though this couple days.
So where do we want to go to fingerprint this bird's stomach? Never thought I would say
There's
those
fingerprints
words.
on the bird.
What the fuck is even happening right now?
I would show you the fingerprints, like the fingers coming out.
Roll a sanity check.
Of course,
As you're looking at like the breast of this crow, there's a like imagine there was a magician who made a magic trick about like having a fake bird and then having his hand come
I'm
through the
picturing
front
like
of
a,
the bird.
how
I'm
much
picturing
of
like
this
a
bird is
bad
left
hand
after
puppet
that?
that's got like a hole in it from being used too much.
Yeah, except like their fingers purposely coming through this hole. Like somebody's trying to like reach their way out of a bird as if they were
Yeah.
inside of it.
34 of 59.
All right, only one.
It's 69, right? Oh, no,
59.
you started at 60.
Aw.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Sad.
So not as good.
Having a rough day.
I cannot achieve 69, unfortunately.
You can go up. Help is
You just
possible.
have to. You just have to believe in it. And
But you do
and
have a
work out
maximum.
that stretch.
You do
So,
have a maximum.
find
so
a willing
you can't go
partner.
up that.
Taking this
I
to
have
the
a
police
fiance.
station might be a bad idea.
Yeah, but he's broken up about his second cousin twice. Getting blown up. So,
It's been a rough day.
kind of a boner killer.
Okay.
So FBI, how do we deal with this? We can't take this to the police station.
They wouldn't have the materials you'd necessarily want.
I
Even
mean,
if they did, I mean, we don't
Yeah.
want to take we're trying to keep this in the DL.
we
Taking a
can.
crow with a hand sticking out.
I mean, we
What
were
you need-
supposed to go back and check out the girl. What's
All
her
we
name?
need is a
Griffin's
scanner.
body?
That's about it,
Get
Yeah,
the
you can head
prints and then
to
send them in.
the
We don't need
Sahona.
necessarily.
Sahomish medical examiner.
It's
Where the
no
body
Homish,
is.
yeah.
If we were supposed to go, we were supposed to go back and check on
Snowish.
Griffin's body again. We can tell
If
them we're
anything-
doing that, and then check the fingerprints while we're there.
Oh, if anything, all we need is
Oh,
just somebody
please
put it on a
save the
paper,
crow
scan the
fingerprints
paper.
for me.
They don't need to know anything.
You got food poisoning from the muffins.
I'll be
Yeah,
so
that's
excited
cool.
about the crow fingerprints.
See ya.
Come on, guys.
We can bring you in for that part. That's no problem.
Yeah. We'll let Maeve take care of it when she's done feeling bad with the
Yeah,
muffins.
just take that into the medical examiner's office and see what you can get off of it.
She'll be driving over there.
If you have to, cut the fingers off of the bird.
Delicious.
Well, if you guys are staying here at the house, and I'm staying here, maybe.
Well, somebody's got to drive this fucking thing.
Well, I'm going because I have the bird.
Okay, you go. The rest of us
So
stay here.
you two go, and then meet Maeve's there.
I think he's staying.
No, I'm staying.
Okay.
So just Lauren.
Well, if you're going to the medical examiner's office, I'll probably go with you.
Okay.
Okay.
Good. Good to have somebody with her.
All
A
right.
buddy system.
Yeah. And the
Okay.
three of us will hang out at the house. Maybe look for some missing pets. Or poke around in the house more. I don't know which one we want to do.
The choice is yours.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about poking around the house when we're missing half our team.
Yeah, but it's the half the campfire, so.
It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. What could possibly go wrong? You find a pet? What are the odds? Okay, so what are the then three of you doing during the probably 10-15 minute drive?
For missing animals, or we want to keep poking around the house, catch more crows.
There's one more.
Do you think I'd want to do this? Is this part of my job description?
Crow hunter.
I mean, the case we're working on right now covers pretty much literally anything, so.
What's the layout of the Rambler? Like, do I know roughly? Like, okay, there's bedroom 1 and bedroom 2, and here's a
Mhm.
den, and here's a.
So you've got kind of living room, kitchen, and
Kitchen was where Griffin's
living-
body was found.
yeah, and then dining room kind of all connected is an L.
Okay.
And then there's this main hallway heading back where the 4 rooms come off of.
Okay.
And then you've got a hallway bathroom as well as a master bathroom. Go the other direction, and then you've got the entrance into the garage and the furnace access.
I mean, I would think they would have turned this place upside down when the initial whatever this has happened, but
Yeah.
whatever it was here could have moved back in the time since people have been poking around.
I don't like the words you used.
Words are not my strong suit.
We got a squatter.
It's not your fault.
I heal things, I kill things, I know some science.
Check all the corners. Check under the beds. Check the vents. If we got an animal in here, we gotta fight it.
Alright.
Alright. So, 3 of you give me search. I'm looking for animals. Nice.
53
Yeah,
of
crit.
70.
Okay.
Please pass just one roll this entire goddamn session.
Crit all my
Wow.
searches.
He is 69.
I did pass a sanity roll earlier, so that's good. No.
No.
This
Not
is just
allowed.
this is just a stat building session for you.
That is true. Yeah.
Do you have other dice you can try? Those have been quite mean to you.
I only have 3 sets.
That's 3 sets of.
What if I failed so far?
I guess I can just switch entirely to my blue frosted dice.
Was it dodge that I failed?
Dodge?
Technically?
Yeah,
Dodge
I
you
think
failed?
so.
What else?
So with the 22, that crit, you managed to find the remains of a cat. Looks like something devoured most of
That's
it.
worse.
Most of it? Okay.
Yeah, like a dog went to town on it or something.
Like a dog? Okay, so it's not like a beak style.
Definitely not
like-
a beak for this one, no. Maybe some crows came by later, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I failed stealth and dodge. I think that's all I've
God
got.
fucking hell.
Yeah, I failed that stuff too.
just not good with the D100 system, it seems.
What about first
Last one
aid?
was a 90.
Did you fail first aid? Or did you not attempt it?
If you want.
No, I didn't attempt first aid. I left that to you. I just looked at the body and was like, well, this guy's fucked.
Pretty.
Yeah.
So yeah, you find the remains of a cat.
Oh, God.
I haven't found shit.
Do you think this is that?
On the desert!
I think you're being all too literal here.
Do you think this is that missing cat from earlier?
I mean, we have posters up?
Probably.
Check the posters.
The assumption's good. So,
Yeah, you pull up a collar for Muffin.
Muffin.
No.
yep,
Yeah.
that's it. What's the state of the cat? Or does it look like it was...
It was-
looks like a coyote got to it.
so kind of eviscerated.
It's in the house?
But it was in the house?
No.
No? Okay.
Yeah. Like this is taking you some time. You search the full house and then start
went
spreading out
outside.
from
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
You find it in some of like the what do they call it? The greenery, the like drainage
Foliage?
ditch and back.
Oh.
Yeah. Found one back there. Really, the collar's the only way you know.
Yeah. So I'll probably take off the collar and just like...
Oh, it's already off. There's
Yeah.
nothing.
It's
Attached
not...
to anything.
There's no
anymore.
neck.
Yeah.
There's not enough neck meat to hold the collar.
Okay, who wants to call Muffin's parents?
So I think that's a good time to transition over as you're informing next of kin. Okay, so 2 of you make it to the Sonomish medical examiners again. Receptionist again looks up, recognizes you, and goes, "Hey, you're back."
Yeah, we need to have another look at the bodies.
Sure, of course. Still
It's
sitting back there. Haven't gone anywhere.
Alright, well, thanks.
Are you absolutely certain?
No, he's not. Mortician humor.
Of course, if the body did go somewhere, we got the 2 people who can't fight.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
They're not in great shape, though, unless they've mutated into something that is in good shape.
So when we get back to the room with the body, I would...
Yeah, what's step 1? The body or the fingerprints?
Well, I would wait till we get to the body because that would give us some measure of privacy, and I would ask you in regards to the tests you've been taking, if that's something that we could do to the bird.
And do you show me the bird?
Yeah. I mean,
Sanity check.
of course I do. In my head at this point, like I rolled the sanity check, I'm like, this is just a bird now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It's a weird bird. That shouldn't be
6.
happening. But
I passed.
Nice.
only take 1. Like that shouldn't be possible in any way, shape, or form.
We rationalized it somehow.
You rationalize that as like that shouldn't be cool.
I'm just kind of in my happy place now after all the sanity loss I have taken.
You're just happy to be away from the house.
I'm in a public place. I can't get through here.
So your test, is that kind
So
of a
this
mobile
is a
thing,
more. This is
or-
my area.
You're comfortable.
This is
here.
where I de-stress. Don't
So-
bother me here.
Yeah. I guess I can perform a surgery check on the crow to try to take samples of it.
Or an
see what's
autopsy.
inside.
Yeah, if you want to cut into it like that, go for it.
Okay.
Suit up.
Surgery.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm assuming you're going to leave the fingerprint intact so you can run that through a system?
Yes.
Okay.
Just amputate it first.
29 out of 51.
Okay, yeah, you do some quick work, manage to cut those free. When you do so, like, it bleeds.
I guess it is.
So we could test that blood.
Mm-hmm.
And do I see anything strange with the organs or the insides or anything?
For some reason, I think it's going to be our
Yeah, giving a look at it,
Air Force friend.
it still seems crow on the inside,
Somehow his
but you
DNA
can
is
definitely
making it
tell,
into
like,
his.
the skin has been heavily disrupted around where that growth has started, where the hand has kind of, like, started to emerge. But organs so far are still in crow condition.
Okay.
Given that we're in a coroner's office, can I find like a vial or something?
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
There's
Because I would want
pipettes or
to.
something you can
Yeah,
use
I would
to
get a
map
vial of that blood so that we can test it when we get back to whatever you've been using to test your blood.
I'm just assuming there's a lab upstairs.
Yeah.
Like, first floor is more so morgue and whatnot.
Mhm.
Second, they're running more, like, blood test analysis kind of stuff. Little combination of the two.
So let's try to get up there and test this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So about, like, 30, 45 minutes goes by. You
Oh yeah,
run-
since we were in that room, was the body still in there?
I didn't check.
Oh.
Okay. Let's
You'll pop
break-
the freezer when you want to do that.
Okay.
Because, I mean, you can go upstairs, start that running, and then head back down.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
not
do
a
that.
problem. Yeah. So it's starting to run. It'll get you a name eventually. Give it like 45 minutes.
Okay. So we come back down, pop the freezer, pull the body out.
Mm-hmm. Still covered.
I wonder if
Uncover
the search
it.
would go faster if you put in the name of the person you think the fingerprint went with.
Zip it open. Same condition.
Well, it looks the same.
You've got the like stitch marks you did for closing it back up. Like that hasn't healed over.
Not grown any extra hands.
Nope.
It doesn't look like anything's changed.
Okay.
I mean, I can try to open her back up if you think that would help.
You have a better idea of what she looked like before than I do.
Well, she looked pretty normal before, right?
Hmm.
Inside.
The fingers on the crow, is it a left or right hand?
Good question.
Is there any way to possibly tell without the thumb?
I think you could tell by the length.
You might be able to, yeah. You're like standing over a body right now. If you want to go upstairs and do that, go ahead.
And by the musculature, potentially, since the ring finger tends to be a little weaker than the others.
Alright,
What kind of check would that be?
Biology.
Yeah, biology, anatomy.
I don't think we're going to learn anything new from this body.
Just medicine.
Okay.
Looks in the same condition, so we'll put it back.
Okay.
We'll go up and I'll check the fingers.
I gotta wonder if that
Do you
might.
have biology?
Oh, I have search. That's about it.
I gotta wonder if that might literally be the missing right hand.
30 out of 50. Or biology, no, it's 30 out of 60.
30 out of 60. Nice. Yeah, you're looking at it. Let's see if it actually states.
For what?
If it's
For
the
the
left or
crow?
right hand.
I don't know if they went into that level of detail.
I'm just wondering if they
That would be a fun little detail.
ate him as his hand was deteriorating and like absorbed his hand somehow.
Because that happened afterwards.
But still, like it could have been like in the process of. It wasn't actively breaking down, but could have been like passively building up to that.
Yeah, we'll say it's the right hand.
Doesn't that say?
No,
Okay.
just fingers.
Oh.
Yeah, first
Okay.
3 digits of a human hand growing
Okay.
from its abdomen like a sore.
Well, this appears to be a right hand.
Okay.
The DNA will give you better information. Fingerprints, whatever.
Yeah, run fingerprints through. Familiar name comes up. Air Force First
Yep.
Lieutenant
That's what I was figuring.
Daniel Yulee.
This does not make me feel good.
Some of the other tests you start to run on it, you notice that
Blood work.
it seems to be having trouble like growing. It's as if it's missing nutrients, or the right type of nutrients, maybe.
Well, yeah, it's growing out of a crow.
That would actually be a pretty solid guess as to why it's having problems. It doesn't seem to be able to take hold in the bird.
Just inject some stem cells into it.
That's how that works, right?
That's a great idea.
I got this bucket of stem cells over here. Just slop them
Just a
on there. That's
bucket.
fine.
Just find an umbilical cord.
Okay, this
bro.
this makes me second guess the body because
Sorry. Slowly dying over here.
because
She wants to act.
it doesn't seem
You
like
can join
it's
at any time.
doing a good job of growing out the crow, but
That's
a human
true.
body, it may have a much
I mean,
easier time.
If you want to be over there, you can be over there right now.
Oh boy, I'd love to be over there right now with my biology of like.
So,
All right.
Do it.
Do it.
Just do it.
Excuse me. I'm just gonna show up out
Hell
of here.
Finally got over that food poisoning. Nothing.
Yes.
I'm fine. I just
Very bad
apparated.
brand poisoning.
it almost seems like he was trying to figure out a way to culture human body parts.
Part of his research was not
Oh, this is right,
immortality,
Busters. That's why it's not the right
Oh.
character sheet.
but he's trying to
So-
extend life.
So are you going back to the body then? If I'm understanding you right?
Yes.
Out of character, thinking this is
I
some
think
of the
that's a
DNA
very
he's
good
been
idea.
using to like.
Amara, let's
Grow
test the
you?
body.
Okay.
I want to thoroughly look it over for like some fucking sores too, like the crow.
Stay
Okay.
on. I was thinking.
So
this
give
more
me
like
a
Venom
medicine
style,
check
like,
first.
creature.
Hey,
Those
you're
are
probably
kinda
better at
cool.
medicine checks, Amara. You did that one.
Okay. Yeah.
That's kind of like the quick cursory glance over the surface.
3 out of 60.
No, like, cysts or growth on the outside.
Okay. Do you want me to do another surgery check to open her up again?
I mean, I know you've done it once before, so yeah, you could just go for it.
I critted when I did it before too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just follow your previous
So, yeah, you
steps.
don't have
Like where you already
Yeah.
stitched, just unstitch.
So it's yeah. I won't require another one.
Okay.
If you want to open it up, you can open it up.
Okay. Yeah. So we open it up.
All right. You open it up.
Sanity check.
Oh shit. You open it up and you notice a collection of
Crows.
just.
It's called a murder.
I was about to say, I think you mean a murderer.
There's been a murder.
Dun dun dun. Okay.
And you notice this like odd mass of blue-white cartilage and muscular growth around some of the internal organs that like quickly, like strands of spaghetti, pull themselves together and lash out at you.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You thought you were safe.
You ever see that movie, The Thing?
Yeah, there's an eye-like structure. They're randomly spaced out.
Oh, good. I do have a gun.
Let's
Do you
have
have
both
training
of
with
you
the gun?
roll San from this one. And I
Firearms. Yes, I do.
will figure out how
good.
damage works.
Hold on. Do I need to roll sanity too? Because I'm totally right. Fuck
Yeah,
there.
you were.
Okay.
I believe Lauren will need to as well.
I am.
I passed.
I passed.
One.
38. Yeah, I passed.
One.
Yeah, I would hope 38
That's-
would pass sanity.
Right?
Some messed up
No,
stuff.
my sanity's like 81, so I'm fine.
It lashes out at you, and Amira, it lands a hit. You take 1 point of damage,
Poison. Necrotic.
Maybe just
and
slimy.
make a con test.
A contest. So is
Con,
that
con,
Con times 5. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Hey, how much willpower do I get back for like sleeping and
1d6.
1d6.
1d6?
Mhm.
Great. I'm gonna take that.
I failed horribly.
All right. Roll a d6 and take that much damage.
3.
Oof. A rough bite. Goes straight through the gloves you're using and latches onto you like a leech.
Shit.
It is like you can physically
What's that
feel it
movie?
like sucking blood out of you. It is.
Do I have to make another sanity check? Because I really think I should.
Go for it. Yeah. You are suffered violence.
Go look around for some surgeon's tools and grab some like
Oh yeah, I failed that.
tweezers, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and just grab onto it and try to pull it off of her.
Okay, you're looking at roughly like the size of a hand and like half of an arm.
I'm
So a bone saw.
maybe. with the proper tool to grab that and not physically touch it.
Yeah.
So I failed my sand check horribly.
Violence.
Yeah, roll a d4.
Just a D4. Okay.
Yeah.
You're hardy lady. That's appropriate.
I mean, replace the thing with like a badger or a snake.
true,
It's
yeah.
like it's really,
That's true.
It's just a snake, right?
it's not an unusual.
Coming out of the
It's a
body.
humanoidish shape.
It sucks, but it's not.
It's just a worm.
Yeah, it's like a big
it's
worm.
a tapeworm.
Yeah, whatever.
I lost 10 points of sanity so far, so I'm having a bad day.
Sure.
Pretty rough, yeah.
Have you hit breaking point yet?
Not yet.
You weren't particularly strong-willed in the first place.
Dr. Salvador, do you have a gun? As I'm like grabbing the bone saw.
No.
All right, let's do a quick roll of initiative.
Are you fucking serious? You don't have a gun?
Why would I have a gun?
Are
I'm
you
an
new?
archaeologist.
You must be new. Okay.
You're new here.
I'm not here right now.
Nope. Yep. If I remember right, it's what? Just like a D10
All the people with guns are at the house right now.
plus
I have a
dex?
It's
Let me
okay.
take a look at.
We're calling
I have
the
no
owners
idea.
of a dead cat.
Yeah.
Well, you
Meanwhile,
guys are fighting a monster in the
I'm
morgue.
really sorry to have to tell you this, but
God.
Muffin didn't make it.
16?
Well,
22.
often,
I will make the call.
So you roll a D10 and do what?
Add
And
dex.
Yep.
Add dex.
Yeah, and I think just like raw, and not dex times 5,
Oh, I
just
see.
dex.
20.
Okay. So run that around again real quick, because I'm
technically, you're not supposed to roll.
Oh.
Is it
Just
just
dex.
The handler counts down by dex for all characters from highest to lowest.
That
Okay.
makes sense.
So there's
13.
13.
13.
So players are going first.
Each character acts when his or her number comes up. If dex scores tie, the actions occur at the same time, or the handler can tie break.
So yeah, we'll just go around and we'll say all of this is happening at the same time.
Okay.
Okay, I take out my taser and shock the shit out of it.
You shock your hand.
Okay, what's that, melee?
No, it's dex. It's dex times 5.
Alright, give it a roll.
Yep. Dex times 5.
29 out of 65.
That'll hit. Does it do damage?
No.
It's 20% for 1d20 turns.
Okay, so
It's all
1d20.
checks.
Got it. That a bit. Okay. So you watch as the thing like convulses and then just collapses back into the open chest cavity.
It was connected to you, right?
Yeah, for a little bit.
Does the
Got
shock
a nice
pass?
little drink.
Does the shock pass through?
Like a bit. Like you definitely feel a bit of that, but not enough to actually hurt. It was able
That's
to
good.
let go before then.
I don't care.
Does it like disappear back into the chest cavity? Can we still
No,
see
it's it's just like on top. It is very clearly should not be in there. There are eyeballs on that thing.
Okay, I'm going to use a bone saw, I
How
guess.
many eyeballs?
2.
Okay.
Oh,
And I'm going to
because I
pull
was
it out
thinking one.
and
Like
drop
one
it
big
on
one?
the floor.
So
And then get something flammable to pour on it.
Okay, yeah, you find some like ether alcohol or something like that.
Start a fire.
You know, I'll
exam.
pick it up, I'll put it in like the sink.
Sure.
That's
Yeah.
a common sense.
That's
Yeah.
fire.
Good
And then
choice.
I will light it on fire.
I'd like to point out that I'm not the one burning down a building this game.
Yeah.
It's in the sink,
five.
it's a controlled flame.
And that we're destroying vital evidence.
There's more in the body, I promise you.
All right.
Once
worry,
it
we
starts
have
to light on
fireworks.
fire, I will look around for the fire extinguisher because I know every lab has to have one.
Yep. You're able to
I'm
find
looking at
one.
this right now, and I think this accurately conveys my mood.
Oh.
And I will grab the fire extinguisher and like come back over and be ready
It
to like
almost looked like
put out the fire.
Okay. So
Orion.
the three of you watch as this like weird hand combination of eyes and it looks like there's teeth coming out of part of it is just flailing around in the sink as it burns until it just stops.
Does it change the consistency of the arm and the hand? Like, is it turning back into goo? Is it
You're getting this like
just black char?
chlorine smell,
Again,
like
fucking
a
chlorine.
sweet chlorine smell, kind of like
Yeah.
honey.
Okay, it's consistent. Awesome. Well, I'll spritz it with the fire extinguisher and make sure. Then I'll slap on a couple pairs of gloves because I'm a biologist.
course.
and I'm gonna find a baggie to put it in.
You find a nice baggie.
Okay. And then I'm gonna look at you and go, we need to do some surgery on that body.
I think that's a great place to end it. That is a glorious place to end it.
Meanwhile, over at the house, hey, I'm sorry, you had the missing cat, right?
Calling about
You get to make all the fun phone calls.
I thought that
You're
we'd
not
be at the
in any
safer
state
place.
To be
Yeah, I
talking to
know.
people
I
about
was,
a dead cat.
I was enjoying that moment when not a single like combat heavy person decided to walk that way.
And then I decided to show up.
Yep.
Oh, my 50 in firearm.
More makes it the merrier.
I have a 40 in fire.
Oh, good. You just don't actually have a gun?
No. Everything I deal with is already dead.
Why do you have a 40 in firearms?
Because that's what the character had.
Well, sometimes you go out to the range. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like
Target practice on weekends.
That's why I have firearms.
yeah, target practice. Or something.
I assumed if I was going to be working with the government...
Your
they
uncle
would
taught
require
you
me.
in the woods
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
you were like 13. You know what I mean?
I just assumed the
You
government
learn
would
to
require
kill.
me to have a
Office party at the gun
sort of
range.
familiar
Yeah.
dexterity with guns.
Or gun party at the office.
Yes.
This is America. So shit got a little bit more interesting.
We're going to spend the next 2 hours cutting out every bit of that stuff out of that woman's body and then burning it.
So before we decided to focus
Okay.
more on the house, my first thought was, well, we want to figure out who's trying to kill all of these people. Obviously, we need to make our investigation a little more obvious so that people will come try to kill us. Because if they're coming to try to kill us, then we don't have to go look for them.
Well,
There's a certain madman's logic to this. Sure.
yeah.
You want results? How about keeping one of these Majestic 12 alive and delivering them over to Delta Green? Yeah, that's results.
That'd be interesting. We'll see how that goes.
Okay.
It's gonna
Poor
escape
Amira.
and, kill you.
You have had such bad luck. The first time you cut open a body, you get stuck with it.
Yeah.
And I will let you know, because time has passed since then and worse stuff has happened, that you were interacting with dead matter. You were fine from the initial poke. We'll figure out if this is fine.
You were fine then, are you now?
And
It's
your
'cause you
luck
get-
tonight was just garbage.
Yeah, oh, those dice rolls.
The only dice roll I succeeded was a sanity check.
You're just used to losing sanity or something.
Of course, if it was violence, you're also immune to violence.
Yeah.
You're adapted to violence, so violence doesn't mess with you anymore. Alright, any quick feedback for episode 2 out of probably 3, if I'm gonna ballpark it? Felt like 6 to 8 hours before we started, and I feel like we're down to, again, depending on how much investigation you do, maybe
6 to 8.
4 to 6. I would say 4 to 6, depending on where you go.
Okay.
Hey, they gave us a month for this mission, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like, there's been a bit of retreading ground, but I mean, you learn something from that.
They gave us a month for this mission, and then buildings started blowing up, so...
Yep.
And then they told us they're only going to help us stay alive if we complete the mission.
Yeah.
Or maybe not complete the mission. It's if we find some hard evidence and
Like this creature thing you have in a sack now?
Yeah.
That can go to a green box. That's something you seal away forever. But maybe you need to study it later, so store it, right?
Keeping you guys alive is my job anyway. That's what they have me here for.
I think you have one dissatisfied customer.
What?
Amira.
I can't be with her 24/7.
Oh, poor Amira. I don't
Nope.
think she's going to last much longer.
That was a
She's
little
getting
bit
retired fast.
The dead body place would be safe because it's full of dead bodies.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
forgot. This is Delta Green.
sometimes things take time to grow.
Is going to help Amira either because she's all like, oh boy, this is fun. Let's do some surgery, let's get all the samples, and then let's this is going to be super awesome and really interesting.
This was my safe space.
Was being the
Was.
keyword.
This is where I de-stressed. This is where I found myself.
Like,
No one
I-
talks back to me.
If Amira survives this, I don't know if you're gonna be able to be a coroner anymore. You're gonna need therapy at the very least, and you you might need like a Delta Green therapist for
Yes,
the type of stuff
yes.
you've seen.
You seek out a therapist, and they have recommendations for insurance-provided therapists.
Yes, but remember, you're dealing with an organization that tries to stay off the books. They don't have a lot of therapists. You got to be an extremely worthwhile case to get that recommendation.
It's the ones that like keep quiet. It's
No, there's a lot of lying to your therapist in Delta Green.
There's also a lot
For
of lying to
nature.
your therapist in reality.
Yeah.
I got a therapist as one of my bonds, actually.
It's a good bond to have.
Liz Feinstein. I figured she would have one since she was in the military.
Mm-hmm.
She'd need one.
And a lot of
PTSD.
Yeah, a lot of Delta Green is being like, okay, I just had a fucked up experience with like walking and like animate skeletons. Halloween is freaking me out. How do I convey this to my therapist in a way that I can get help without admitting to the fact that I've seen walking skeletons, which will probably put me in an asylum?
now hypothetically, I've seen some hallucinations.
Let's
doctor.
say
But the
that
comments
might
you telling
be-
you have
yeah.
schizophrenia and then they start medicating you for it, but you
Yep.
don't actually have schizophrenia.
And then you start seeing.
Then you start having new problems. So it's a weird fine balance for Delta Green agents.
I mean, you can technically refuse to take the medication. Like, I did that for a long time when I went to my first therapist. I didn't want to take any
You
medication.
just keep on filling out those prescriptions, but it's just going down.
you can just say,
No, we could
I
also
don't
see
want it
Delta
all.
Green just
Yeah.
having like a specified therapist or group of therapists under some sort of super strict NDA.
even then, I still imagine the way that they keep things like isolated. A therapist who was actually hearing all of those events would know way too much.
Yeah.
Becomes the bigger problem.
They just live in a box. It's kind of like the robot movie, I guess. They just built the gun shop around the robot so nobody can ever steal the guns.
Like that. There may be a therapist at Delta Green like that who's like, all right, we have somebody who's had a really rough time. Here's our permanent therapist who has other therapists they talk to.
It's just a
Because
network.
damn, yeah.
I think if you survive this, Elena's gonna definitely take you out for a drink if you want it.
I can imagine it now. End scene.
She-
Out
Drink
for
for five.
drinks.
Like, she's been...
And then you have like a heart attack, and it's a reproduction of John Carpenter's The Thing. You're doing CPR, and that, oh shit.
Like, she's been trying to keep a close eye on you, mostly because you sliced yourself on the first body, and then we're at
And
the
now
house where
now has been attacked when you learn about this.
when I'm not there.
Mm-hmm.
But to be fair, you guys went to where all the dead things were, and we stayed where all of the things ended up dead, which
What
felt
could
like a better place for me
Possibly
to be.
go wrong.
But didn't we also already find living, growing stuff in the dead people?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we knew
I
that there was
there to
living.
remind anyone of that.
Yeah.
To be fair.
actually, T's probably.
See, because I had remembered that. I was like, yeah, we had found.
There was
growing.
something alive in Griffins.
Yeah.
Like, that was discovered last session.
Yep.
That something had an extra day to form, and that's what you found.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like,
On the plus side, you changed the usual chain of events where it breaks out of the morgue at 9:43 p.m.
oh Jesus.
So, good work there.
You
We did a good thing.
Yeah.
you upped the.
You
Excellent.
Delta greened properly in that case.
We accidentally Delta Green property.
I mean, when
We
you
were on
when
the
you tell
scene.
somebody that there's a dead body that has living tissue in it,
Mhm.
but that hasn't really materialized into anything, versus a house where there are tiny bloody
Oh, yeah.
footprints and two people that were mauled to death. Like,
Mhm.
one of them seems slightly more of a
Oh, yeah.
present time threat.
And your fingernails keep,
But we've also
keep growing
had
in.
previous experience of things breaking out of their containment, like the
Fair,
plane
yeah.
crash.
Like there's light bits of foreshadowing in
Yeah.
here. It's not heavily done, and Delta Green doesn't really do foreshadowing that heavily.
Yeah.
There's bits and pieces.
But Amira's big problem is she doesn't believe in any of this shit.
Yeah.
Well, it just bit you, so
Yeah.
that's gonna change.
Yeah.
So believe it or not.
That's That's her whole story arc there. She came into this not really believing in any of this or barely knowing what Delta Green was.
And now you know too much.
Ripley's get a load of this shit.